pretty ominous words that the three of you have heard, and I think we kind of can pick up this adventure, perhaps with the three of you having exited. Well, unless there's anything, I think we literally may have left you in that room at the end of that of that session.
I think so, yeah.
I think so, yeah. And the sermon having come to a close, you were sort of given a thanks very much for attending All Prayers House. Have a beautiful day. And the room returned to its very unominous, sort of normal blank slate. Let's dive in. What's the feeling amongst the group? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
I want to see more gods. Like, that was crazy.
I mean, it was cool.
Yeah. It's like a deep feeling of dread.
Yeah.
And also just trying to see exactly what is meant by all this.
So here's
definitely fearful that this is going to happen to another town. What has happened to Oakenford?
Yeah, like, it's terrifying. It's like information saying this is going to keep happening, presumably, but it's also got not a single piece of actionable information in it. Of kind of like, okay, we don't know anything about the way this like the hierarchy or anything along those lines of this like religion. We've got no people to go after, and we don't know what the next location would be, and we don't know how to find that.
The frustration on Grig's face at the end of last session was palpable. He was like, I've got like 12 building blocks and I don't know even which one goes in first.
Yeah.
Like
But it's like, I don't even know what I'm trying to build at this point. It's like, these things keep happening and I don't know what to do with them.
I think if we need to do anything, it's maybe see if we can learn more about the Stellar Eminence. See if we can figure out who the members are, or maybe if they have some kind of cult trying to call down some kind of apocalypse, like a doomsday cult or something. I don't know. Like, and are people in town in Oakenford involved? Like did they perform some kind of ritual to summon some kind of meteor from the stars? Like, it's too much. Too much for my little rat brain.
Jeb.
Jeb, give me a flat intelligence check if you would.
All right, I can do that. If I can remember how to play D&D. Where's my stats? Here we go. All right,
set the tone, man.
Intelligence. 3 on that.
The roll to set the tone for the session.
Yeah.
Oh god, don't even say it.
The most obvious 3 I've ever seen.
Pressure.
It's the biggest 3 I've ever seen.
Don't you
coming.
fucking...
It's a 20!
Hey, a dirty 20.
Nice!
A dirty 20.
The great
We're in
vibes.
business, folks.
Good vibes.
I don't know why I can't see the dice. I did test this pre-stream. This seems to happen a lot, so I'm just going to refresh the page because we should have nice, lovely dice come rolling across the table.
I think it's a problem with the tool more than anything else.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying anyway. Great. Well, look, I mean, I think Jeb would have a common sense approach to this, but perhaps you have a thought anyway of the most likely source of information regarding the Stellar Eminence.
Oh, of course. It's going to be... would it be back in Midgen? Or would it be that professor that we spoke to?
Well, she told us that the guy's still around, right? Like, that he's just not working anymore.
She told you that Tillus Trilline retired a couple of years ago, and that he was the authority on Asmanos.
Yeah, of course. All right.
Presumably, he wouldn't have retired away from Valarian.
No, I think she may have even told you, I think, that he is living up within the kind of the top echelon of Valarian, within the kind of palace walls.
Oh, yes, he's actually in the palace walls, yes.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
The other thing is that we know that the library will have books. They're just checked out currently. So that's a
Yeah.
we can get a copy of the book.
Yeah.
Which, to that point at the library, I would very much like to find more information about Ingon the Inquisitor. Just still all Torpin has got on his mind. It's like undertone throughout all of this. So kind of like
Yeah, it'd be nice to see how all this connects.
Mm-hmm.
So,
More info is good.
So
I know
that's what we'll do. We'll spend the next 4 sessions of this game just sitting in the library waiting on the books to come back.
shit. I got to do some writing quick.
Play the elevator music.
It's this call.
Everyone go get a book.
yeah. Library is everyone's favorite skill.
I know.
Lorbin, I think were you going to ask something there, or
Yeah, I was going to ask,
something?
is the palace walls... It feels like it obviously would be, but like, is it something that is accessible to the public in any way, or is it like anyone living within the palace walls is more or less you're going through a guard to be able to get into that area?
For sure, the gates are guarded. Now, how willing they are to let you through, we will soon find out. Perhaps, if you were to put that to the test, but. Yeah, I mean, it's something...
We could...
Go ahead.
We could maybe talk to the professor and see if we could get a letter of recommendation or anything to... I don't know, an introduction letter, maybe?
Yeah, perhaps.
Well, not a bad idea.
Yeah. Because she didn't seem to know exactly where Tillus was, but might be nice to have her name on something to give us a hand.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't leave in bad standing or anything, so I assume they likely work together if she's now heading
the
department.
That's fair. I reckon that's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
So you want to go back to the academies and speak with I keep saying the professor. I do have her name written down here. It was Annaleth. So, did you want to go back and see Annaleth, or did you want to go up to directly to the kind of palace walls?
Well, while we're here,
We're close to it, right?
You're sort of halfway between the two.
Do we want to pursue anything else about other gods?
Yeah, that's
We're
a
in a good
point.
place to do that.
Yeah.
Could you remind me, Martin, what the setup was? Was it like we were directed to a chapel after speaking to a person?
There was a kind of greeter who gestured towards an available chapel, but within that chapel there was sort of a spectral touchscreen that was like select your god. So within that room, the room is now
it's
returned.
a bit of a religious Coke remix machine.
Yeah. It's returned to its normal kind of state. And you're kind of back at the main menu where it's like where there is just a spectral host standing there. There's no indication that this thing can sort of physically see you. It seems to be more like a decoration. But it's sort of like holding up its palms. That's like select your gods, and you can scroll along and choose a god.
I hope there's little avatars of the gods that are like, they're doing their god poses.
Yeah, right.
I love that god pose.
I just thought of one god
Try
pose and then I just
vanilla
kind of moved
as
my
well
arms.
this time.
I'm just thinking of every Greek statue now.
It's like a Mortal Kombat fire.
Yeah,
Choose
that's
your
kinda
fighter. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: are there any other gods in particular that you would like information about, and what kind of information are you hoping to get from it?
Unless Ingon the Inquisitor's on there, I don't personally have anything.
You
It
scroll
should be a
through.
hell of a pull.
You scroll through, and Ingon the Inquisitor is not listed as a god.
Cross God off my list of weird things that live for a long time.
Not a god. Got it. Okay.
Not a god.
Check.
It's like third on the list.
Ingrid's just thinking that she should like while she's at a holy place, should she actually worship her god? Fine.
Do you want to?
She'll probably just be like, I don't think Ingrid is like particularly religious. She's one of those like she only goes to church on like, Christmas and Easter and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
But so she's like in a church right now and she's like, well, this feels weird not saying anything. But like doesn't want to do like a whole like service. So she'll probably just say like a quick like, yo,
Okay.
Datos, what's up? Like
have a little moment, of quiet reflection, I guess.
yeah.
Big ups to Dottie.
Um,
Is there anything about Corvus? I'm suspecting there wouldn't be, but I'm curious.
You're absolutely right. There isn't anything about Corvus, and
Okay.
that kind of makes
That's
sense.
what I thought, yeah.
Because this is
Old Pantheon.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing, no reference to Corvus whatsoever.
Right. Well, I think that as far as Jeb's concerned, like this information about Asmonos would be very motivating. So I'm good to go.
Hit the bricks. Okay, in which direction did we decide? Are we going back to see Analeth, or are we heading straight up towards the palace?
I think we're gonna get a letter of recommendation, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's relatively
the
close to the All Prayers
Yeah, I don't
house
think it's
anyway,
far.
right?
It is. Yeah.
So
All right. Well,
May as well.
you've not even been gone terribly long. You wander back towards the academies, and as before, there are students going this way and that. Some of them carrying books. Some of them seem to be sort of practicing spells or other kind of more physical tasks. As you arrive back at the history lecture hall that you previously set foot in. Now, I do seem to recall that Analeth did kind of excuse herself on the basis that she had some errands to run, though I don't know if she was more specific than that. She
right.
doesn't appear to be in the lecture hall any longer. There are other doors in this building. There doesn't appear to be anybody around in the immediate vicinity, however.
I mean, maybe we could go reserve the book. I don't know if this is a public library, though.
Right.
Good question.
Try to, come all this way. It feels like we should do something with it, right?
Just ask the students, like, hey, you got that book?
Just random student.
Figure out who has it.
I love the idea there's like 3 of these books in the library. It's like, one of these guys probably checked it out.
You!
Just like
Hey, you!
intimidate them enough. I'll be like, who's got it?
Give me your books!
To the library?
Yeah, if everyone else is on board.
When you
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
when you went previously to try and locate the book, we sort of skimmed past that. There was not really a scene or an interaction really. I think you would have met Nelaser Cromalon, the librarian, who is a kind of older female elf with like half moon glasses, and she, as you're as you enter the library, she looks up over. It's like, I'm sorry, dear. I told you we don't have any copies of your book. I'm afraid nobody's brought it back in the short amount of time since you last asked.
So it's just hit me. This elf was probably like well over 1,000 years old. To me, that's this is like the oldest, one of the oldest people on the planet right now.
Lorben, give me a perception check with advantage, please.
Sure thing.
Yeah, it was a very good librarian voice. I have to agree.
It was really good.
A 12 with advantage, huh? Yeah, she looks pretty old.
Yeah.
I think you know what elves look like at various points of life. your best guess is that she is at least 600 years old. Which would only be middle-aged, of course, but it certainly has been around a fair while.
It would be rude to guess beyond that.
She's wearing robes, but has a little tattered cardigan over the robe as well, and she's got the half moon glasses, and they're on like a chain that then sort of dips behind her neck. And sort of greying hair. So she says, "I'm very sorry. Nobody has brought the book back since you were last in." And she looks at a timepiece. She holds up a little timepiece, like an hour and a half ago.
I was just wondering, is it possible for us to be able to reserve it, or is there a system in place for that? Just we really want to make sure we could get a hold of the next copy.
Reserve a copy of the book, yes, or just a moment.
She you see her very slowly shuffle over to and then there's a massive book like this huge leather bound tome, and she goes to pick it up. She's like,
Larbin, you're gonna kill this lady.
As she's shuffling back over towards you, she's like,
she's gonna pass
Don't
through.
worry, no need to offer. I'll bring it on my own. Yes, just only worked here.
Don't complain to me. Go be a gentleman if you want to be a gentleman. Don't make it my fault.
I can help. Oh, she got there. She's there. All right.
She struggles over with this book and drops it on the poof, like a big cloud of dust, and it sort of opens it and starts pouring through the pages. And she goes, "Now, it was what was it now? Griffins and phoenixes? Did you want a comprehensive history of griffins and phoenixes? Wasn't it?"
No, that wasn't the one.
What was the book then? Was it
Dungeons and Dragons? Was that? No, it wasn't that either.
Ingrid, do you remember it? I always keep forgetting the name of this bloody book.
Do I look like someone who knows books?
Yes, if I'm honest, you quite do.
That's wild.
Is this your first time
It was
in
Tillus
a
Trilline's
library?
book.
Most people know what book they want
Trilline.
when they come in here.
I promise
I'm sorry,
we did
ma'am.
when we came in, but we were quite distracted.
It was a
You have an author?
tome.
That
No,
help?
it was Tillus Trilline, and it was a tome about the history of the old gods.
Tillus Trilline, very good.
That's right. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I can't remember the proper name of the book, but that's
Watch this
She
back.
you see her flipping through
really
pages, and then she goes, "Tillus Trilline, he was quite in his younger days, anyway." And she gets to this page, and you just see there's 6 or 7 volumes that are written there under Tillus Trilline's name, and one of them is the book you're looking for, which is a treatise on the gods of Pleiadian. I can't even remember exactly what it's called. I've got it written down
No,
somewhere.
that's it right there. Yeah.
And she
I've
says,
read it down about 10
Writing
times and remembered it.
I'm writing
none
it
of them.
down again.
she looks and she says,
too.
I'm very sorry, all 3 copies are already checked out at the moment.
No, we knew that. We knew that. Now,
Oh.
can you show in your book there how long they've been checked out for?
Yes, certainly. It says here.
That'd be very helpful, I reckon.
Well, they've all been removed actually within the last few weeks. Quite strange. Yes. Anyway,
Removed or checked out?
you
Who checked them out?
Oh, that's very rude. I can't ask me that. I can't tell you that, darling.
Oh, I apologize.
Would it be in that other? Would it be in that other tome back there behind you?
Yeah.
I want to deceive this lady so we can look at the book for ourselves.
Hell yeah!
so you're going to point behind her and try and distract her.
Yes,
Okay,
because she's very slow. So
You're an abusive
If
person.
I pick up on this, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you, Jim.
Right, I'll tell you what. Well, firstly, let's do a roll for Lorben and Ingrid to see if they do pick up on what Jeb's doing. So give me Lorben and Ingrid, give me a perception roll.
All right.
Or maybe, what would it be? Perception or insight? What do we think?
Insight generally.
Yeah, get Lorben and Ingrid.
better
Give me an insight roll.
If they don't immediately pick up on it, I'm really gonna hammer it home. I'll be like, that one. Oh, it's way back there.
I mean, given our experience in out in the farm, I think there's no way you don't hammer this home and really ham it up anyway.
Yes.
I have no idea what you're doing.
So you got between you got an average of 10.
I'm just in the background, just going.
Ingrid didn't really pick up on it. Lorben maybe did. I think what we'll do. I'm not going to give you advantage on the roll, Jeb, but I'm going to give you a +2 on it.
Okay.
So give me a deception roll.
All right.
And add an extra 2.
I did.
Okay.
Ah, damn it.
13.
Oh.
It's not amazing, is it?
It's not. Could be better.
She sort of starts to turn around and she's like, there's no book behind me. I keep all of them in front and to the side so I can easily act. That's just common sense. I don't want to have to go walking all the way over there to find other books, you know?
I can't tell if she's old, drunk, or both.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I was mistooken. I apologize.
Anyway, she says, you wanted to reserve the book, though, for when it comes back in.
We did. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
All right, and your name?
Oh, what was my name of the week?
I
look at Chad.
Do you remember? I don't know if to give you this or not. I know what it was.
One was a shit name and the other one was a stolen name. Hang on.
You did steal the name Falmore from a guy that you met down at the dock.
My notepad when I'm playing D&D looks like I'm on some kind of horrific drug. I've just got names scrawled all over the pages at different orientations. One of them's Falmore. I would have never have guessed why I wrote Falmore.
Oh my god. Nightmarish.
So you're gonna give the name Falmore, yeah? Falmore.
Yeah, I'll give the name
good.
Falmore.
And where is your residence?
The Kingsglade.
You're living in the Kingsglade. Okay. So send the message to Falmore in the Kingsglade when the book comes back in. No problem. She's like, is there anything else I can help you with?
Pretty good at lying. I'm just bad at telling the right lies.
This book is never gonna get to us.
It's like, I'm looking for a book. I'm going to give her a fake name and fake address.
It'll be long gone.
I just want to be able to get there and be like, hey, this book is mine. That was my main objective. Just like making sure if it comes back, it is my fucking book.
I really want to see the name of the person in this book of hers that checked it out. I'm trying to figure out how we could do this. I
mean, we could always walk away and then discuss it, right?
We could. I know. It's just thinking of an amusing way to make this woman have to wander off and leave the book
start
alone.
a fire somewhere. Probably not a good idea,
Yeah.
Let's not commit.
Why?
Listen.
You just hear
pick
Ingrid
up
pop
this-
up.
Wait,
You want me to start a fire?
I do,
All right, ma'am.
I do have the cantrip create bonfire. Actually, I picked that up quite recently.
Ma'am, thank you very much. I appreciate your help. We'll wait
Break something?
for your message
What?
for this here book.
Oh, the
These
book.
books are really old.
She goes, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna step.
All 3 of the copies of the book have already been checked out. I'm very sorry.
No, yep. You said that several times. Thank you.
And, okay.
It's making really horrible. You sound in pain, man.
I love this.
Anyway.
She's aging at 10 times the rate. She lives 10 times longer.
Maybe maybe Elves Benjamin Button in this universe, and she's like 4 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
I was also looking to see, do you have like I'm looking for a very particular topic. Do you have like an index or like some kind of system I could use to see where a book on that topic might be?
You can just ask me, dear. I've worked here for over half a millennia. I know every book in here.
Well, it's quite embarrassing. It's a rather sensitive topic, if you catch my meaning.
Oh, medical business, is it? All right, yes. Well, if you'd rather speak to a male elf,
maybe.
I can probably have that arranged.
No. That I assure you that won't be necessary. You'll do perfectly. I'm really just looking to see if there's some kind of system that I could refer to see if I could quickly find this information.
Yes, there's the cabinet over yonder, but I really think it'll be quicker if you just ask me, my darling.
Oh, go on. What's the worst that could happen? Do you know what Ingon the Inquisitor is?
You see her sort of like
Or
rock back and forth on her feet a little bit and just like she falls asleep.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah! Ingon, is
Jeb's
it?
like hopping on his feet. He's like waving his hands.
yes.
Ingon, the Inquisitor.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
5 seconds, it'll happen again.
Never heard of him.
Do you
All right.
know all of the topics, or is there just?
You're probably better off consulting the cabinet over there, actually.
I look at the cabinet.
The cabinet is like it's like a proper like old like A to B, and like a files thing where like you like the index card system,
Oh, Dewey
Just-
and his
oh, no, I know
classic
the- I know
decimal
the-
Oh,
system.
heck yeah.
Fucking type. There's one that refers to another, refers to another, refers to another. Yeah. I'm so hung up on the idea of a library where the whole system is that there is one person that knows everything and all of the books.
She's worked there for a long time, hundreds of years,
Yeah.
Mark, yes, that seems. I'm going to quickly see if there's any references.
I'll put you out of your misery. There's no book on the topic of Ingon the Inquisitor that you can find in this system, or any kind of reference to a person called Ingon the Inquisitor.
Okay.
The search continues.
Across famous off my list of long-lasting people.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I'm done.
I hate this library.
That's it. This library fucking sucks.
What was it?
We love it here.
Yeah, it's so dry and tindery.
Yes, you're not the first person to say that,
All right.
actually, yes.
Oh,
Oh,
But we like
might
it.
be
We
something to
like
be
it
concerned
like
about.
that.
That's right.
Oh,
keeps the mold
All
out.
right. Well,
damn.
ma'am, thank you for your assistance today. We won't keep you any longer.
Yes, the books are all been checked out at the moment. Sorry about that.
Nope. Yep. That's the fourth, fifth time you said that. All right. Thank you.
Just on the way out.
I want to stay here this whole session.
On the way out, just kind of huddling up with both of you, just like. I mean, I got no information that I was after, but
Nope.
Me neither.
It's a
Did you guys-
delightful time.
was there anything else that we could do while we're here? Or?
I mean, I really wish I could figure out a way to see who checked them books out. I'd like to figure out. I reckon if they're all checked out that close together, all together, that there's something being hidden on purpose.
We do something in the realm of being invisible.
I mean, we could do that. I had the thought, and I'll pull from my pocket one of those stones that I had gathered previously. maybe create a little bit of a distraction for her. Maybe somebody trying to find something on a shelf back in the stacks, make the sound of it, and when she wanders off, we have the book to ourselves. But I don't know. Maybe we just leave this poor old lady alone. She seems to have enough troubles of her own staying awake, let alone dealing with us.
Jeb, I'm really proud of this new way of thinking.
Well, Lorben, you're rubbing off on me in a way that's deeply concerning.
I get told that more often than I'd like.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Any way that he rubs off on me is deeply disturbing, to be honest.
What I do is my business. What you could do, why don't you do that? I'll keep a lookout, and if the distraction stops distracting, then I can, maybe jump in and intercept her.
All right.
Yeah, I'm happy to help with some sort of distraction.
So yeah,
we could do.
Y'all have seen me do this before, where it's just like a little vial of liquid that I'll just kind of like drip, and then I'm gonna like, all right. So after I add this to it, one of us can say something, and it'll imbue this stone with that sound. Mm-hmm. So, Ingrid, why don't you do your best impression of like a nice little kid like looking for a book, and we'll toss it off where she can say like, hey miss, I can't reach this book on the cutest critters in Playdine. Like, could you help me find it?
That's a good title.
All right, ready? Here we go. Drip.
Hey, miss, I can't find the book on the cutest critters in Playdine. Can you help me?
Are you guys
fucking amazing? All right.
Can I just clarify something? You guys have walked outside of the library by this point, right? You're not trying to do this right in front of her. Okay, cool.
We're actually right in the door.
But I genuinely believe we could get away with it if we were. But yes, we were outside the library, I think, at this point.
I think the most... Yes. I love the image of us doing this in the library in front of the woman, and she just goes... Shh.
Yeah,
just like tells us stuff.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. That was great.
That was fantastic, Ingrid.
Thanks.
All right. So, I'm gonna just kind of have the stone kind of in a pocket, and I'll walk. And I was like, all right. So, should we walk back in?
Well, I'll drop it off on the other side. You stay nearish the book, yeah?
Oh, yeah, real good.
Try and
I'll go up as if I'm asking about another book or something. Yeah.
What do I need to do to turn this thing on?
I think you just throw it. I think you just toss it.
Okay. I go in. I try and go left down a weird corridor.
All right.
Or like through the little through the shelves. Just try and get a little bit lost.
I'm just gonna try to be supportive to this as best however I can.
So Jeb and Ingrid, as you walk in and approach the counter, she looks up and sort of peers over her half moon glasses. She's like,
I'm sorry, my dear, but Griffins and Phoenixes, all the copies have been checked out. I know, but I've written down your friend's name.
No, and thank you for that. I appreciate it. There was one other.
Yes.
That I was hoping you might be able to help me find.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
What's
From the
that?
back, you just hear him muffle.
You have to keep the noise down. You can't shout. I'm sorry, my darling. I'll be right back. I just will have to go and help a customer.
Oh, yes, of course, man.
Around to the front.
she shuffles at a very slow pace.
Trying to find the cutest critters. You're in completely the wrong section. It's over the other side of the library. No wonder you can't find it there, dear. Come on now. I don't know why you didn't just come and ask me. I know all the books here. I've worked here for over 600 years. You never come across someone who's come to the wrong side of the...
And this just goes on as she continues walking off into the distance.
I want very, very much a one-shot featuring this lady and Esme together.
Okay, cool. Does anyone remember what her name was? Because I've forgotten it.
No.
I don't believe you gave a name.
Nelisaire.
Oh.
I wrote down Nelisaire.
Nelisaire, that was it. Okay, thank you. I need to write
There
that
was
down.
another... I didn't write that down. I was too slow.
Holy shit! Thank
like I got
you.
part of it.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Got it.
So she disappears
Gave it
around,
last name
around
too, but I can't
the
remember what it was.
around the side of some bookcases.
Okay, so as soon as she's out
Look at.
of sight, yeah, I'm like looking at I want to look at the book and see the name under who's checked it out.
Yeah, weirdly, they were all. You can see from the notes that they were all checked out within about a week of each other, and the give me an intelligence check, Jeb.
Okay. Oh boy, here we go. This again. All right. +3.
Ingrid's being supportive, so maybe it'll help.
I am. I'm
That's
looking
true.
out. I'm like.
Very
You
supportive.
can give it to me with advantage. It's fine.
Okay. Well, let's see how. Oh, okay. Well, let's do it again with advantage, shall we?
Advantage,
All right.
advantage,
That's a good
advantage.
idea. Yeah. All right.
Got this,
Try
Jeb.
again.
20.
Let's go.
Don't
That's
ask, you
good
don't get.
shit.
The first name that the kind of the first person to check the book out, and you see that this book has not before that. There's like a record of all the recent times it's been booked out. It hadn't been checked out before this, for a few months. So it's not like it's constantly out. But then all three, a couple of months ago, were checked out within a few days of each other. The name listed next to the first one is Aredel, which is Aredhel, and it states that their residence is the Last Flagon, which is one of the inns in Valarian. But what you notice using your intelligence is that the other two names that have checked out the books are rather similar. In fact, you could even say that they are anagrams of Aredel. It's like
And they were.
it's like Radel and Delaher and
Sorry.
so and these were all checked out within like a week of each other.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Very good. So yeah, I'll like quickly turn the book back around and kind of put it just as it was, and yeah, and I'll kind of look over at Ingrid. I think we got it. Would I see Lorben from where I am?
I think didn't Lorben you come round to join you, or are you still kind of hiding?
Yeah. No,
Okay,
I
'cause
was
yeah, if he was
intending
hiding
on
off
coming
somewhere, I'd
around
just be like,
on lookout.
thumbs up. Okay.
What's the deal with this stone? Does it just yell the message once, or does it play on a loop, or what?
Let me pull it up once more here. It is a magical tinkering. It's
Yes.
view a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of your choice, 5-foot radius of light, a 6-second long recorded message, so it only plays the one time. Emits an odor or a non-verbal sound, static visual effect including up to 25 words of text, and I can affect a maximum of 3 objects at a time.
So it would have she'd have only heard
Just
that
kind of a-
once, right? And then it would have
Yes.
stopped. And now
Kind of a
all that's
one-off,
left
like,
behind is a
yelling.
small stone.
That's right.
Okay. Great. You begin to hear her muttering coming back the other way and you hear
People are yelling out in my library and they're not even there waiting for me to come and give them the answer. I don't know why people want to waste my time. A woman of my age, it's not right. You should have to...
she does this all the way around as she comes around her counter and back to the sort of main desk, and she's like,
I'm sorry, darling, you were looking for... Was it Griffins and Phoenixes, wasn't it?
Yes,
You know,
do you have
yeah.
any?
Oh, not
Yeah,
today.
did you have one of them?
Griffins and Phoenixes, yes, certainly. Just this aisle over here. Just look for the... It's got a big picture of a phoenix on it. Very difficult to miss. Big red book. You can't miss it, really.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you
I
so
will
much.
say,
All right.
if you do have questions like this, it's better to use the cabinets, actually.
Oh, of course. Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, you've been very helpful. Thank you. We'll trouble you no more. I hope you have a delightful day. Thank you very much.
All
We'll
right.
be on our way.
Okay.
Can I just... We've spent a good bit of time talking to this lady, Close.
Yeah.
Is there like an alcohol smell on her breath, or is this just how she is?
give me a perception check. Or give me
Yeah,
investigation.
why are you like this?
No, give me perception. That's fine.
Sure.
I'm going to do this as well.
Just I get like a brandy, kind of a rum, maybe, or probably wine for elves.
My camera just disappeared.
I am
It has
not
disappeared.
dead.
I don't know why, Lissy. What's going on? Talk to me.
That's weird. I don't know. Things just kind of froze a bit.
We
and-
miss you. We miss your face. Dog shit rolls, both of you.
real bad.
Here.
12's not awful.
it's
above average.
You don't
Pretty shit. Don't get me wrong.
you don't detect the any signs of inebriation.
Well, not on the breath.
Do you want
It's
to
just like this.
restart it, Lissy, and send me a new link? I mean, it's just come back, but it did. It's
Yeah.
kind of dropped out once
Oh,
or
it came
twice.
back. There it is.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, let me just redo it. I don't know.
Just send me a new link.
Maybe my internet's being weird.
We've had a couple of issues with Cope on Sands of Time with the same issue. I'm not sure if it's Video Ninja. Something that we could end up doing if it's a pain is just using Discord, and I could pull it from there instead. But I just find videos a bit cleaner.
That's a thought.
Yeah.
But just send me a new one, and we'll give it a try.
Yeah. No shot.
So yeah, you don't detect any signs of inebriation on her anyway.
Just like lean in,
She's
just
just a
a
sweet old lady.
big old
She's just
sniffer.
like-
Just
yeah.
kind of walk out.
Very good.
Let's see if it changes anything for us. Lissy. There you are again. Hi.
Back.
So you
What a
have
lovely hat.
I fear that all you really have is another building block for Lorben, yeah, you've just got like really one name of consequence.
My Foxy put in. That's a new Foxy emote for me. That's a really good one.
Like how? How is there always an emote? It's amazing. What an incredible set that is.
Such a good skill.
I know. It's wild. I think he just generates them on the fly, frankly.
Yeah, me too.
I think they're
So,
always so specific to the situation.
He is Vixie.
That's
So
right.
what's the where to?
Okay, so what do we think? We now have the last flagon
Broken.
as a
Yes.
spot to go. But would it
What
be
kind of time of day is it? Sorry, Martin.
Yeah, it's a good question.
By now, it is sort of getting on into the sort of mid-afternoon, I believe.
Okay.
We may as well chance our arm at the gates. I don't have any other thoughts.
Yeah, I think we could maybe try the gates, and then whereabouts in town was the last flagon? Was that?
It's on the west. You can see
I
it
see on the-
right by Ingrid's card.
Well, did Jeb know that though, or is that just something that I'm
This way?
hearing from this benevolent voice speaking to me? From on high?
Do you know that? I think Jeb probably does know that from your you've delivered
You've been here.
alcohol here and
right.
probably have a decent idea of what inns exist here and where they are.
I think
Okay,
worst
yeah,
case
so-
scenario, a few tourists looking for a pub.
Exactly.
That's pretty common.
That's
Exactly.
not bad.
I think we could visit the gate and see what that gets us. And worst case scenario, we could go back, pay that a visit tomorrow, and have us a nice little stay over at the last flagon tonight, and ask around about Airedale, or Delahar, or Radel, or any other
like
assortment
Radel.
of
I
those
think
letters
Radel's
that makes
my
a
Like
name.
a person in the back of the inn just reading. It'd be so nice.
Heldrea, that's a good one. I like it. But yeah, we could
Palace first, then, yes.
Palace first. I think so.
Great. We'll skip over the walk there. It's very nice. It's a lovely city. Arriving as you do then at the palace gates, and we'll say it's this one on the kind of southeastern side of the outer wall of the Horizon Palace, and you can see immediately that these walls are manned, or if you will, elfed. By lookouts, and
Get that cat out of the way.
get that done. But in the meantime, but as well as that, there are two guards on the that are manning the gate itself, or elfing the gate, if you will. And, you see one of them as you kind of approach. You see one of them kind of grip their spear a little tighter and sort of take a step forward and says and speaks directly to you, Lorben, in Elvish, and says,
of course,
halt. What's your business in the Horizon Palace?
I'll give him the old salute.
Yeah, Mare Star, love it. They kind of like the guard. She looks at you and sort of in a sort of perfunctory manner goes, Amare Star. You know, and then looks. And your business?
We were hoping to call upon an old author and professor who'd recently. These names are going to kill me. Who was in fact? Tillus Trilline. That one. Lorben would have said it perfectly. Graham is the problem here.
Of course.
I'm sure.
He isn't currently expecting us, but we were hoping to discuss his work with him. We were wondering if we could gain entry to speak with him.
Yes,
Give
ma'am.
me
We were directed.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to try to assist Lorben by saying.
Oh, this
that
is
we
all
were
in
directed
Elvish.
here by... Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You were learning you were learning your hellos and goodbyes. Surely you've picked up in the last couple of hours.
I'm now
Fluent.
fluent. I am, of course, now fluent in Elvish. That's right.
She give me a charisma check. It's going to have a DC of 20.
Can I blag it to be persuasion instead so I can get my proficiency bonus?
Yes.
Rip. Not gonna save it too.
She stares at you for a few seconds and then just bursts out laughing. She just
I'm just smiling and nodding through the laughter.
She like looks at her fellow guard and he's laughing as well. And she turns back and is like, and then she starts speaking in common so that the other two can hear. She's like, come into the palace. Good one. What do you really want?
No, that's. I've got to continue in Elvish more out of just out of like stick to itativeness or just kind of like no, that is what we want. That is.
She goes. She says, and who are you?
I'm Falmore.
Falmore. Okay,
This
Falmore.
is Jeb. This is Ingrid. Would it be better if you escorted us to his house? I don't mean to put any, I don't want to make you think that we're coming in for any ill meaning. We truly are just wishing to speak with him.
Would it be better if I abandoned my post at my job to take you, someone I don't know, and your two friends who I also don't know, into the most secure, sacred place in the city to meet with Professor Trilline, without me knowing anything about who you are, what you're doing here, with no one to vouch for you? No, it wouldn't be better, actually, if I were to do that, because
It would be better than just letting us in.
I would lose my job.
I don't think it's that unreasonable.
And I still possibly don't know what your intentions are. At this moment...
It's going really well.
At this moment...
I think he's getting somewhere with this, ain't
yeah, you two like listening in.
Getting more
Just like,
animated. So.
Oh, we're going to be in for sure.
Ah, heck yeah.
Jeb just like... You're doing great. At this moment, a tall, quite well-to-do looking elf strides up behind the three of you, and says, Elared, I'm sure that you know better than to speak to guests in Valarian in this manner.
That's what I should
He
think so.
and he is speaking in common, by the way, and he turns to Ingrid and Jeb and says, I must apologise on behalf of this guard who is forgetting her station. And he turns and says, you will allow us entry, all of us, immediately. She immediately is like, of course, sir, of course. I'm so sorry. And she opens the gate, stands back holding her spear and just like sweats profusely. And the gate opens, and this tall, quite wealthy-looking elf gestures to you to proceed through the gates.
What's the drip situation with this elf? Fit check.
He looks wealthy. He's wearing kind of long red robes and has give me your choice, Jeb. You can either give me history or a flat intelligence check.
Ooh, I'm going to choose history.
It's an enticing one.
And it has nothing to do with the fact that I get a bigger bonus for that. That's just what I want.
I'd expect
It's all
nothing
about that
less.
efficiency.
Pass!
These proficiencies really
I
paying
expect
off.
things
so
less
proficient,
usually, to be
right?
fair.
He's wearing a kind
Have an
of.
off day.
He's wearing quite a
It's
sort
always
of ornate chain around his neck, but you don't know what it represents. But you can just,
right.
you could, just from the first glance, and the fact that he was able to tell a guard to shut the fuck up and let you through the gates, tells you that this is someone of some station.
Yes. Okay.
The fact that they would immediately open the gates and let this guy through, and three guests that they don't know.
Yeah.
He must be somebody of some importance to the guards, at least. He gestures to you to proceed through the gates, and it's after you.
Right. Yeah, I'll kind of my little nod at the guard standing by, letting us through, and we'll follow. Yeah.
Great. He heads on through with you, and the gates close behind you. He says, I must apologise again for the manner of the Veldari. We the what's the word I'm after? Standards. The hiring standards aren't what they used to be, I'm afraid. But they do an important duty around here. He says, did I overhear correctly that you were seeking Professor Trilline?
Yes.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Splendid. Yes, he gestures to a smallish building. It's not too far away. It says, you'll find Professor Trilline in his chambers over yonder.
Oh well, we appreciate your assistance. May I ask who we're making the acquaintance of?
Yes, certainly. Yes. Hevel. I'm one of the councillors to Duke Leadenhall. Yes.
Is that Hedel? Sorry, with the D.
Hevel. Hevel.
D.
He says, yes.
Man, I need to make a fucking cheat sheet.
There's a lot of names. Do you want to do a
Barely
wiki?
know my own, man.
He
You just saved my life. If
We
I
need
had like
an
a
org
good
chart for this
wiki.
entire city.
goes, so
You
yes,
need to make a shared Google Doc.
he says, I must be getting back to the Duke, but yes, do pass on my regards to Professor Trilline, won't you?
Oh, thank you
Yes,
so
of
much,
course.
Mr. Hevel. We appreciate it. You have a good evening now.
Yes, I will. Just one more thing, actually. Sorry, just one moment.
Oh,
He says, he suddenly puts his fingers to his mouth and gives a quick whistle. And you see a younger elf step out from behind a nearby building. And all the three of you have got this younger elf in your line of sight. Everybody give me an intelligence check, please.
I like this.
I don't either.
So great at those.
I've done
I don't
worse.
like this.
Oh, I've
Okay.
done okay.
Can't make it 3 14s and a 5. Well, you did
Jeff's
say
like,
it. You did
"Hey!"
say it, Phil. you did say it.
I sure did. I
Phil.
sure did.
It was Jeb. You see this younger elf kind of walking across the courtyard towards where the four of you are standing, and you're thinking to yourself, "You've never seen this guy before in your fucking life." Ingrid and Lorben, I suspect you feel a bit of a pit in your stomach as the two of you recognise the face of a young elf by the name of Heveras. Now, you may not remember his face that well. You might not remember his face that well, but yeah, you might remember the face of his horse a little better.
Is this the guy with the drawing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
he comes walking
This is
across
Well,
the courtyard, and you see this. See Hevel.
this is fine.
Doesn't have a smug face
Look
right now.
look at you and say,
Oh.
yes, there was actually something I was hoping you could perhaps clear up for me. My son arrived home a few days ago, and told the strangest story about an encounter that he'd had on the road south. Forgive me, this is going to sound very strange. He told me that
Sure.
he and a friend had been accosted in the road, and by a dwarf, a half-elf, and a rat-like person. And stranger still, he alleges that he and his friend were attacked and their horses stolen by these three, brigands, the only word I can really think for them.
Of course, that would be the description if that
Yeah.
was to happen.
So
Hevel,
I
could
regard it as quite
we in earshot?
strange. Are you in earshot of?
Of the sun.
He's probably. You could probably still get away with a quick aside if you want. He's sort of striding over, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
Kind of. Hevel, could I be honest with you? Your son was blackout drunk when we met him.
Amazing.
He had pissed all his money away in an inn. He was trying to sell his horses to get more ale, or wine, or whatever the tavern could dig up from the bottom. He near enough drank the place dry. We tried to get him back on his feet and up the road. I'm sorry if he's come back with this story, and I really don't mean to put you any shame, and I certainly won't be telling anyone that this is what your son's been doing, of course. I don't want to put your name in any bad standing or anything on account of his actions, but I really have to tell you, he was... I don't mean to cause any trouble. I don't want to... Obviously, this shouldn't be...
Give me deception with disadvantage, please.
Oh, no.
Sorry, your son's a piece of shit.
He's
Could be
definitely
worse.
going for sloppy steaks at your
Can
farm.
I do... No, that's... Yeah, drop pies.
Real slick, man.
He
Real sloppy.
he sort of pauses and goes, "Oh, I see. he says, "Come along, Heveras. Hurry up." And Heverus arrives at the side of his father. You see him sort of nod. And he goes, okay, well, I tell you what. And you see that this Hevel casts Zone of Truth.
Oh no!
Zone of Truth. You create.
No, I know that one.
Creates a
Do we
magical
know
zone.
Zone of Truth? Do we all know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he creates a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius until the spell ends. So you need to. So on a.
This is why you've always got to get the first word in, though. Got to get it in before they stop you.
Would
So-
Ingrid understand this as Zone of Truth, or was she just be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is
So
magic."
to clarify, you
Is that a common thing?
you are all aware of this spell being cast, and you know what it is. You all need to make a charisma saving throw to see if you do go under the influence of it.
Okay.
So it's a spell save of. It is going to be a spell save of 2 seconds. 15.
Okay.
We all know Ingrid's got Riz.
15.
So.
Oh dear.
It's a 22.
Ingrid, no. Okay. Whew. I'm just under still. Yes.
Now the other
keep lying.
the other thing to say is
They know though, don't they?
the caster knows who has succeeded and who has failed.
Yeah.
So they immediately
Okay.
are aware now that Lorben has actually evaded the zone of truth.
The zone of truth.
And you
Sure.
see that this kind face has certainly changed now, and he looks down at Lorben and says, "Very fortunate." Turns to Ingrid and says, "The way that he just described events, was that the way of it?" Now you cannot
He,
tell
as in point
a
11.
direct lie. You can, however, try to be evasive. You can, or you can not say anything. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in the zone of truth.
So Lorben said that we met him at a bar. He was pissed drunk. He was like, I'm not gonna say anything.
You're just going to keep still.
Nope. I'm just gonna look the guy. I'm gonna look them in the eye and just be like,
He smiles and turns to Jeb and says, "The way that this half-elf described the events, is that the way of it?"
There was a course of events that involved certain happenings that pertain to your son
He pats you on the shoulder. It's like,
and Lorben.
he pats you on the shoulder and says, "It's all right. It's all right. Your stammering has said more than real words ever could." He
Some of them were real. It's an accent.
he turns to his son and says, "Son, I shan't waste your time with what they just told me happened." He says,
Could I inquire as to what he believes, or sorry, he has reported the events as?
"I just told you. They were attacked on the road and had their horses stolen."
Why would we? I apologize for evading the zone of truth. I just find it as a personal intrusion. But why would we come directly to the palace of the city in which he would have told us that he was from?
A just question.
That's
and my first
ridiculous.
My first thought is, and I told you, Heverus, we must put our faith in people sometimes. No doubt, racked with guilt, these brigands arrived to return the horses.
You're already believing us to be brigands, though. That's not just.
My friend,
We don't even have the horses.
Yeah.
Um,
We're not the ones they were sold to. We don't even have the horses. You sold them to some other fool on the road, I believe, outside the tavern.
I couldn't remember.
he turns to Jeb.
Yeah.
He turns to Jeb. Did you see my son sell his horses to someone else on the road?
All I saw was
Just
his
tell
shit
him, Jeb.
artwork.
You can tell the truth here. It's fine.
Oh, you're right. Well, I also don't have much choice right now. I did not. I did not see that happen.
Jeb was in the latrine before he had a very bad meal.
He turns to Lorman and says, I would prefer it.
I don't
if you
even know
would
what a latrine is.
not speak to me about this matter any further.
The tag team fails.
He turns back to Ingrid and says, he turns to Jeb and Ingrid and says, I'm going to ask a question and I want you both to answer at the same time. He says,
Fucking.
he says, what does he ask you? What does he want to ask you that you would make you answer at the same time? He goes, fuck, I need to think of a question.
Should we take a little break so you can think of a
No,
question?
no, I'm good.
No?
He's,
Too good a moment.
he says,
Can't let him think of too good of a question.
That's true.
he says, I want you to both answer at the same time. What was the name of the tavern that this all took place at? I want you to answer together after 3. 1, 2, 3.
I don't know.
Stinky salamander.
I grow tired of this.
Aye.
That is a lie. I don't know.
You cannot say this thing is salamander.
This has an alien.
I think I don't know was probably the safer version.
No, it was I don't know. Yeah, because I obviously couldn't lie, so I would say I don't
He
know.
goes,
Yeah.
he just shakes his head wearily and says, I grow tired of this. He says, I have brought you through these gates into the Horizon Palace. I have advised you where you may find Professor Trilline. I want you to go and meet with Professor Trilline and conduct your business. Do not leave this city without speaking to me. There will be a reckoning for attacking my son and his friend upon the road.
I can explain why it happened within this zone of truth.
I believe the time for truth-telling has passed. You are now in debt to me. You owe me 2 horses, and the rest, we'll see. I really do have to run. I wish I could say it had been a pleasure meeting you. Do not leave Valarian without first consulting me.
And you have to speak the truth inside the zone as well, so it has not been a pleasure.
You don't have to speak.
You're very intimidating.
You're an asshole.
Jeff cannot keep his mouth shut.
By the way,
Yeah, that's fair.
the whole time that this has been going on, his son has been stood behind him with the biggest shit-eating grin on his face. And every time his dad has said something of note, he's just gone, yeah!
I'm in the zone of truth. I'm just flipping him off. I'm like,
That's real. You know that's true.
Havel just shakes his head, and you see him kind of wave his hand and withdraw the zone of truth and says, enjoy your meeting with Professor Trilline. And you see him and his son head off towards the Duke House. So you know,
Glaring at his
you
son
got
the
you
whole
got a little
time.
something. Yeah. You're inside the
Been
gates.
zone of truth before. That was brutal.
Do I? I've got a thing I want to
Frankie Kyan,
do, but it's
put it away.
silly.
What is it?
I don't think it's. I feel like Logan would, but I think it's too dumb.
Lorben's a bad liar, is what I would say. Like,
Yeah.
I stand by it that it was a solid lie, but like there's
What's gonna
unwinnable
happen?
situations. Like
It only
it
stands
started
up to
off
so much
well.
scrutiny.
Yeah, I think saying
Especially
to
when
the
it gets
rich
zone
guy,
of truth. Yeah.
saying to the rich guy, your son got too drunk and pissed away his money and blamed it on someone else. Perfectly reasonable lie. That's a solid start.
That's such a rich guy thing to do.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I really wanted to call him a prick telepathically as he walked away, the son, but it's just that opens up a whole other can of worms.
You
If
can
his
do it if
dad's
you
just
want.
gonna believe everything the little pissant says. I want to. I might. Yeah, I'm gonna.
So- and this is it. And this
Just
is
a quick
his,
telepathic one.
this is his
Yes.
son, yeah.
At the son.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, fuck you. You're gonna fucking regret that shit. It's like a minor threat, but telepathic kind of
my
version
God.
of whispering, so it's
Give
enough
me-
for him to be like, what the fuck?
Give me.
It's like
okay,
dissonant whispers.
Does he? Does he know where the message came from?
I presume it is voiced in my voice, so he would probably
Yeah. Okay. Give me
understand
give
it
me
as
an
me
intimidation
just heard
check.
me. Sure. It's not a common skill to just telepathically chat to people, so I imagine it'd be quite intimidating. I think a nat 20 is pretty solid.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
You see
He'll
Yeah.
leave his pants.
a nat 20. Fuck. You see his head like whip round, and he's like wide-eyed, looking at you, and you just see him like stare at you a few seconds, and then like pick up his pace, and you see him. You see that he goes to like pull on his dad's robe to get his attention, and then looks back over his shoulder and thinks better of it and doesn't.
I'm just shaking my head.
Don't do it.
Poop his pants.
I think I might try and capitalize on this and just follow it up with another message of just like, you better make this right. Just try and like really try and put a little bit of action on this.
man.
Oh shit, that worked. That doesn't work that often. This guy really sucks. All right, let's see what we can do here.
It's like just a tight crop on Lorben's eyes, and then the son's eyes just terrified, and his all
Yeah.
squinted.
I
Yeah.
love that. Absolutely great. You just
so
see
funny.
he looks back over his shoulder again and just like, and you just see him like nod his head a little bit and then just turn around and run after his dad. Good stuff.
My hands together. Right, that won't be a problem. But no one knows why that won't be a problem. But
Right.
I
Good.
didn't really see them as much of a threat anyway. So like, all right, cool.
Fair enough.
Go see the professor. That was weird.
Nice.
I feel like anything less than a nat 20, that could have been like just massively escalate the situation really bad.
Yeah.
We could have fought him. It would have been great.
Yeah, I'd be in the middle of a palace, probably not amazing to
Get
get in a
rid of
fight with a
that.
council
Down.
member, but
Good.
fine.
So off
Fort.
to Professor Trilline's house then. So this is quite a small building. You know, a nice sort of townhouse sort of thing. And you can see sort of through the windows there are various like knickknacks in the windows. And you arrive at the front door. Are you doing anything more spectacular than knocking?
oh, I get excited if you ask me a question like
I
that.
know,
No,
it suddenly gives you ideas, like Lorben's going to Eldritch blast the fucking door, you know?
yes, I could get
Stand
a heart
aside.
attack. Let's do it.
Dylan pumped
Send
up
Rodney
from
in
that last
first.
interaction. Okay.
No. I think
I
Jeb
think
would
I've
like
done enough
kind of.
today.
I think Jeb would like clean up his cloak, make sure he's all like kind of straightened up for meeting somebody of this kind of stance, in stature, and like hat is like right here, kind of in respect and deference.
Okay, cool. So you knock on the door.
Smooth his hair back.
It's got one of those like it's like a wrought iron like knocker on the front. Good solid like blam blam blam. And after a few seconds, the door opens just a couple of cracks, and you see the face of a female elf, who sort of peers around the door. May I help you?
Well, yes. Good evening, ma'am. We were wondering if we could have audience with Tillus Trilline.
With Professor Trilline?
Yes, ma'am. It was
Has he asked for you?
Well, no. We were asking for him. We spoke with. Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
We spoke with Miss Anleth Evonian.
Oh, fuck, that was a name I knew. Damn it.
And we had a matter that we were curious about, and she said that he might be able to help us with.
I see.
Something from one of his books.
And the professor said you should talk to him.
That's right. Yes, ma'am.
She said that he would know best.
He used to. Well, you're welcome to see him. Please try to make it brief and just try not to be too loud.
Sorry, what's his condition?
Well, Professor Trilline retired and is of advanced years. Some days are better than others. But please come in. He'll be glad of some company. She opens the door.
We'll try not to take too much of his time. Thank you.
She shows you through. It's one of these houses that you sort of get the sense that it's been. The decor hasn't been touched in some time. It has a slightly. It's clean and tidy, but quite old-fashioned. None of the newest silks from Hulan/Loom, anything like that. It's quite a modest sort of place, really, considering it's within the palace walls. Still quite nicely put together, but not lavish, certainly. She guides you through and says, the professor's in his study where he spends most of his day. And she opens the door and says, Professor, there's some visitors for you. Go on in. And she kind of ushers you through the door, and she pulls the door to behind you. She doesn't follow you in. You find yourself in a large study. I should have also said, by the way, she's taking you up to the second floor of this building. You find yourself in this large study room. There's one of those enormous like chalkboards on the wall. Like it's like wall sized. And just like loads of like equations and diagrams drawn on it. There's the most striking thing that you immediately spot as you go in is there's an enormous window on the other side that has an incredible view. It kind of stretches out over the walls of the palace walls and down, and you can see across the entirety of Valarian. See down for miles. And you see hunched over a desk scribbling on some parchment is an extremely old elf, much older even than the librarian. And I think you already, Annalith, I think, told you that he was over 1400 years old. This is an elderly elf.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you see that he is hunched over. He's quite small of stature, not much taller now than a halfling. And he's like, visitors, is it? Well, come in then, make yourselves at home. And you see him get up to his feet. I feel a little guilty because I've already done a character a bit like this in this session, but he's gonna stand up and he's got like a knotted walking stick. It's like a knotted old wooden walking stick that he grabs and starts to make his way to you. Slightly more mobile than the librarian, but not much. And there's, you can see that there's some nice soft chairs set out with a low table in the middle of them. He says, "Don't get much visitors these days. What can I do for you? Tea? Tea?
Oh, tea
Yes.
would be lovely.
All right."
Yes.
He doesn't go and get tea. He just sits down. He says, "So, what can we do for you?"
Well, Professor Trilline, thank you for taking the time to speak with us. We had some questions about one of the books you writ, the treatise on the gods of Playdean.
Oh, treatise on the gods. Yes, that was a very popular book when it first came out. Doesn't get read as much these days. But it's very good. I enjoy writing it tremendously. The chapter on Zamenos, very good. Now, I'm very sorry, my fine fellow. I don't give autographs anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's all right. So this is a little out of the game, Martin. I'm trying to remember the book that had the torn out section. Did we keep that?
No, it was with Valine, who was the wolf woman in Wolf Elf.
Oh, of course.
In the
Of
forest.
course. Mm-hmm.
We made note of which section was torn out, though, which I want to say was Amanos.
Asmanos.
It was
Asmanos, sorry, I'm
Asmanos.
saying it wrong. Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Just before I tried to. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Well, Mr. Trilline, the section that we had a question about, it had to do with Asmanos. We found a copy of your book that had a big portion torn out, and I'll relay the section it was and say, would you be able to enlighten us on what would have been discussed in there?
Vandals destroyed, got no respect. I write a lovely book and they pull the pages out of the middle and they think they're making it better. I hate everything about it.
Oh, I know.
It is Asmanos, yes, of course, the god of the water. One of the best gods of all. Tea? Did you want tea?
Now,
Do you know anything?
Now, if I
Gods
remember
of-
correctly, it was the god of the stars, wasn't it?
It was the God of the Stars, yes.
No, that's me asking him.
Oh, asking him.
Yeah, that's Jeb asking.
God of the
Professor
stars.
Trilline,
Yes,
yeah.
that's what I said. Yes, God of the stars. Yes, very good. Did you want?
Yes, it is.
Do you want me to go and find some tea? I can go do that if you want.
Oh no, you're my guests. I'll get the tea. No need to worry about the tea. Asmanos, you say? Yes. Well, were you ever going to get that tea?
Yes, I sure was. I'll just stand up and go out of the room. Find the tea.
Very rude.
Find the person.
Very
that we
rude
talked
to
at the
walk out
door.
of the room when I'm talking. But
Just,
Ingrid,
turns around and
Ingrid,
doesn't really know what to do.
you step
Ingrid
out
just
of
gonna leave
T-poses
anyway.
like, I don't know.
What do I do?
Ingrid, you step out of the room
gonna
and his attendant is there in the room. Can I help you? Are you done already?
We were just looking for some tea.
Oh.
Possibly. Can I help you, grab some tea? I don't know.
No, that's very kind. No, I'll bring some through in just a moment. No problem.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Back inside the study, he goes,
yes, of course. He says, yes, Asmanos, the god of the stars. And, well, many tales have been told about his exploits and the exploits of his followers.
Jeb, you feel and have felt since you walked into the study that the amulet has begun to grow warmer and has begun to emit red light once again.
Yeah, I will. I'll produce it. I'll hold it out.
You see him look at it
and
go,
Ah, yes. These used to be worn, you see, by followers of Asmanos.
I found this one on someone I presumed to have been. Rest their soul, they were passed, but they had this on their body.
Do you know why it might be glowing?
Well, they used these to help. May I ask, what is your interest in Asmanos?
We're students.
Students, is it?
Yes.
I
Academics.
don't know if we have to be too terribly deceptive here.
Sorry, it's an instinct, Jeff. Please do.
No,
please do overrule.
No, what I'll say. Go ahead, Martin. Sorry.
he looks at Jeb and says, but you said you found this with a follower?
No, I did. Now, we are students of a sense because we're trying to learn. But there was a great calamity in Oakenford. A meteorite struck the town and destroyed most of the dwelling there. And that meteorite glowed with this same crimson. And we found this on a body. Someone had scrawled, "Seek the Great Wolf," which led us to... That's right. Which led us to a copy of your book that had a large section about Asmanos torn out of it.
And
Upon arriving here in town, we went to the All Prayers house, if you're following me now.
yes, the All
And
Prayers house.
we learned, and you mentioned their followers and their exploits. What could you tell us about the Stellar Eminent? They seem to be a threat.
Stellar Eminence.
He looks at Ingrid.
Did you get that tea?
Oh, I just had my head poking through the door because I was waiting for the tea.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Where have they gone?
Coming!
Have they gone to
Like,
Alabaster?
poking my head through the door.
He goes, have they gone to Alabaster to get that tea? My goodness.
He goes,
This is the Stellar Eminence. A group of high reputation. A serious reputation, of course. But may I ask, what would you do if you were to know more about the Stellar Eminence?
Well, they seem to be preparing for something far worse than what happened at Oakenford. And if there was any way to stop it, I would try.
Can I? Bit of a weird one. Can I do an insight check on this guy just from that question? Because it felt. The way to describe it. It felt very lucid in a way that was kind of like that's an odd line of questioning from this old man kind of thing.
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, the stone glowing the way it is right now too is a little bit.
He's a guy that would have a thing that might make it glow just in his office. So I'm trying not to think too much of that.
That's
but that
true
question,
too. Yeah.
with that and the question, it's kind of like it could be nothing.
On an 11, he hesitated when the Stellar Eminence was mentioned. Like that seemed to kind of give him a moment of pause. But that's kind of as much as you can delineate. He sits and looks at the three of you one after the other. He says, "Oh, well, that would be grave news. I don't know how much I can help you with your studies, such as they are. But as for Great Wolf, why, if you want to see Great Wolf, you need only look out yonder window." And he gestures to this huge window that had this amazing view across Valaria. And he says, "Go, and you will see Great Wolf for yourself."
The constellation?
No, not the constellation. Go and look out the window. You'll see Great Wolf.
I'll walk over and look.
Lorben, Ingrid?
I'm still waiting for the tea.
Oh.
I might cast the first stage of detect thoughts, where it's just like not detectable, shallow level surface thoughts, not deep prying, just to kind of like, there's something I can't shake about this guy.
I love D&D because it makes you so fucking, it gives you ocean madness.
It honestly does.
Ocean madness.
You initially
Yeah.
learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in that moment. Okay, fine. You cast detect thoughts on Tillus Trilline. Does he know you've cast it on him? No, you don't, not at this level, right? Yeah, okay.
Not at the first level for the purposes of the spell making him know it, and Lorben is able to get rid of a lot of components of some of these spells due to his patron. So it's kind of, this is a componentless, not verbal, not somatic.
He's thinking about the stellar eminence.
Okay.
Okay.
He calls.
I'm gonna go
He calls
with Jeb
Ingrid
to the
in.
window.
He calls Ingrid. He's like, my good dwarf, please, you should all see Great Wolf together. Surely, you've been seeking
He
it.
just kind of like looks back and forth. Yeah, okay, and then she'll come in.
He says,
I
"Go."
fucking like
he,
this.
he kind of moves towards the window with you a little bit as well, but then stops and as the three of you approach the window, he says look closely out the window. You'll see Great Wolf. Looking out the
offer
window.
to like help guide him over to the window if he
Yeah, like
needs it.
I'm hesitant, but I'm going to look. Yeah.
I feel like I've done my due diligence, and it's gonna fuck me either way.
You're too
I think in
paranoid
Jeb's
already.
mind, I've come this far. It's like I'm gonna get some answers here. Yeah.
You look out the window, and this vast city is kind of sprawled out, and you can just like look, and you can see people going about their business, guards, people walking across the you can see people are still making preparations for observance day. You see one or two faces that you sort of vaguely recognize, people that you've just passed in the streets. You hear the clunk behind you of wood hitting tile. And you just hear this clank. And as you turn, and then you start to hear this sound, and as you turn around, you see that the clunk you heard was Tillus Trilline's walking stick hitting the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that he has grown somewhat in stature. Not like a different size, he's just stood more upright.
Right.
Posture's better, kind of thing.
Posture's better. He stands up much more tall. And then you see that he transforms in front of your eyes into a wolf. And
Shit.
when his voice comes,
Cool.
it doesn't sound senile or demented or anything like that. He speaks with a clear crispness and says, I'm glad to hear that, for I am Great Wolf. Let's take a few minutes break.
Oh, I have chills. That was amazing. Okay,
Let's take a few minutes break. Let's do a quick comfort break, and we'll put you on BRB, folks. And we will. I will drop off the Discord call briefly, and we will return to our adventure presently. Go and have a wee, get a drink, do whatever you need to do, and we will return to our mystery as it begins to perhaps unfold a little. See you in a few moments.
Here.
Back to it. There is not only a wolf, there's a great wolf.
Yeah.
Jeb, you have been.
He's all right.
You have been seeking Great Wolf, Jeb, since the very first session. This was a bit of a cliffhanger that was laid down at the end of session 1, and here you are, the three of you, as you turn around from this, gazing out over the city of Valarian, to see this supposedly decrepit elderly elf transform before your eyes into, more specifically, a wolf man type thing. And the other thing, as he speaks his words to you, that you see is that he reaches down into his clothing and pulls out another amulet of Asmonos, which you can see is also glowing in exactly. It's identical to the one, Jeb, that you were asking about, and you can see that it is that the symbol is glowing, and he speaks and says, "I'm very glad to hear it, for I am Great Wolf." He quickly walks over to the door to his study, closes it and bolts it, and gestures to you to sit down, and says, "You must have a lot of questions."
Just like quietly nodding as I'm like feeling for the chair to sit myself down. Yeah, like taken aback by this a lot.
I've got a lot of questions.
He goes, "And I shall answer them."
Oh, thank God. I sit down. I collapse into the chair.
First, he says, "Perhaps I should explain a few things first, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have." He launches into a fairly lengthy explanation. A couple of minutes later, by the way, there's a knock at the door from his attendant, presumably bringing the tea, who he just like, "Go away!" And then jumps right back into being lucid with you. He goes into a quite a lengthy explanation about the followers of Asmonos and how several hundred years ago a particular kind of sect of followers called the Stellar Eminence was established, and he was actually a founding member of the Stellar Eminence. He explains that not long after their formation, that the intention from his point of view when the Stellar Eminence was founded was simply to do with greater study of the stars, to understand their impact on the Earth and so on. But a few years after the establishment of the Stellar Eminence, he was ejected from the group, and essentially the group had become extremely volatile, with a desire to use the stars to give them greater power, and when he showed hesitation about this, he was excluded from the Stellar Eminence. After a while, he resumes his elfly shape. He explains that Great Wolf is an old nickname that was given to him years ago, and in fact it was the members of the Stellar Eminence all use these similar names. So his like a code name kind of thing. So his name was Great Wolf, and he was named after that constellation. So they all take a constellation as their code name, if you like. He explains that the Stellar Eminence have all, for many years, always had a reputation for being quite hostile, having a sort of a supremacist sort of bent to them, that they regarded their worship of Asmanos as superior to the worship of any other god. And there were even some in that group who felt that Asmanos should be the only god that was worshipped. Since the war and since the persecution of the followers of Asmanos, they have become even more unhinged. And since the worship of Asmanos was outlawed across the rest of Playdean, they have become even more volatile. And the rumour that certainly reached the ears of Tillus Trilline is that they were attempting to find ways to manipulate stars, comets, asteroids, etc. So that is kind of the bulk of the information that he provides you with. And I assume within this, so is it fair to say that you've told you? I know that Jeb, you already told him about the meteorite Oakenford. Is it fair to say you've also divulged what you saw at All Prayers House?
Yes. Yeah, I think in the course of this conversation, I would kind of lay out everything that Jeb has to lay out.
So
any information about this, and right, yeah.
After this sharing of information, he says, "It is grave news that they appear to be calling their followers to them. That spells danger. And from what you've told me about Oakenford, I had heard there'd been an incident. I feared the Stellar Eminence may be involved, but I had no real way to find out, short of going to Oakenford myself, and it's a long journey for an elf of my age." He turns to Lorben and says, "I assume I've probably answered some of your questions, my son, but perhaps you have others."
You've covered a gracious amount, truthfully. There's a name I've been looking for. I'd be a fool not to mention it now. Does Ingon the Inquisitor have any meaning to you? It doesn't have much meaning to me, but...
Ingon? I can't say it means anything to me. Are they related to Asmanos in some way?
Seemingly not. I have a feeling you would have heard of it if they were. I wouldn't pay much mind to it. I believe that covers most of my questions.
He says, "Well, my friends, you have done well to find me. Not many people know me by this name anymore. But
it's an honor. This is it's very, very eye-opening, and we're very gracious of your time and your wisdom.
Your flattery is well received. However, I'm afraid action is required.
Yes, of course.
We must take this at once to the Order of Gorillion.
Order of Gorillion. Is that
everybody give me a history check.
History?
Yeah. Lorben with advantage.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So definitely not Elvish. Ooh, take that.
Nice. Hell yeah. This is how famous the Order of Gorillion are. Everyone's heard of the Order of Gorillion. Lorben, they are an ancient Elvish kind of order of chivalry. You know, made up of they're a kind of famous group of knights that have existed since time immemorial. You know that and I think even Ingrid and Jeb, even up in the Holler, you've heard of the Order of Gorillion, and you know that they have been around long before the Holler existed, long before Iron Glen existed. They've been consistently an order of Elvish knights for over 3,000 years. Obviously, not the same elves that whole time. It's it's like they cycle. It's like the sugar babes. Go for two Americans with go for 2 Americans with a sugar babes joke. That's that's gonna work.
I almost enjoyed it.
Good. Just very, very poor judgment on my part. Know your audience, Martin. So everyone's heard of the Order of Gorillion, and I think you know that they are located within Valarian. Trilline says to you, we must take this to the Order of Gorillion immediately.
Before we do, could I ask you a few other questions you might be able to shed some light on?
Certainly.
So, I reckon it may have changed over the time, but where has the Stellar Eminence called home previously?
Well, they have moved around. Usually they locate themselves underneath, like beneath a town, a city. They were previously, originally we used the space underneath Valarian itself, but I have not heard that they still operate here. That would be surprising and awful news.
Why awful?
Indeed.
To have the Stellar Eminence wandering around Valarian, or underneath it, would be a grave threat indeed.
I see.
The Stellar Eminence, did they happen to travel via, like, tunnels?
Tunnels?
Like, train type things?
Not that I
Do you know?
am aware of. A train tunnel?
I'm trying to put some dots together. Yeah.
Like a cart from a mine, but on a very peculiar.
That's right.
Such technology does not. He looks at you. Let me see if I'm going to roll insight for him.
It's like, am I connecting dots? Am I doing it?
He looks and says, Are you telling me that there is a train tunnel, or are train tunnels underneath Valarian?
I look at Jeb and Lorben.
There's one that
wrong thing.
No, there's one that connected Valarian to Oakenford. And apparently there was at one point in time a network of these tunnels. A lot of them seem to have been collapsed, but...
And you have seen this?
Indeed. We rode on it just this morning to get here.
You,
We kind of stumbled on it, but yeah.
That's right.
where is it?
We could take you to it.
Yeah, it's like a farm.
Yeah.
We
They
must
might
go
be a
to
little
the
mad
Order
at
of
us right
Gorillion
now, but-
immediately. I assume you've concealed it in some way.
Head out into a
Plain
farmhouse.
sight.
And it
Thinking
ain't,
back
it ain't
to the-
exactly well known.
Thinking back to the
Yeah,
hole,
to
in
the
the,
fucking
the hole
farmhand.
in the barn in this farmhouse that you just left there, wide open.
We're gonna go back, and that lady's
Yeah.
gonna have set up a kiosk. She's like, "Tickets, please."
Yes. Fully.
I think if anything, it's
Dip
going to be
us
very
in
clean
on
when
it.
we come back to it.
Yeah.
you
he
know,
says,
it's true.
this news is interesting, and I'm not wholly sure I should have even heard it. However, we have more pressing matters right
Yeah,
now.
I agree.
We must speak to the Order of
course.
Gorillion.
Do you recall any other names from the sect? Any other constellations that were particular members that we should maybe
Yes, I mean,
seek out?
who else did you? Who
I fear
who
that
was in charge?
I fear that any of the Stellar Eminence who were alive and known to me will surely have passed on by now. I was a younger elf, and most of the members were already over 1,000 years old at that time. I can't imagine any of those would still be around. However, he says, I suspect you hold the key in the palm of your hand, he says, looking at Jeb. And he touches his amulet.
I'll keep this close. Yes, sir.
He says, these amulets are drawn to one another. They respond to each other and to any other sources of power associated with Asmanos.
It activated in All Prayer's house during the sermon.
Oh, I'm sure it would. Yes, that's the most natural thing in the world for it to have done. You're in the presence of spiritual power associated with Asmanos. Of course, it would. I would think it would react quite strongly to that. In fact,
So maybe not necessarily that there's a big hidey hole underneath the prayer house or anything.
I wouldn't assume so, but I couldn't even begin to tell you. I
Understandable.
I pray to Asmanos that it is not the case.
I guess my other question was, so amidst the followers of Asmanos was this sect, the Stellar Eminence, right? Were there any on the other side that contested the Stellar Eminence? Were there other schools thought that we could perhaps reach out to for help?
Or was it all too cloak and dagger hidden away to...
I'm not aware of any opposition group specifically with the aim of disrupting the Stellar Eminence. I myself, more recently, I suppose, thought I'd take another crack at it, and I am now the lead and, I'm afraid, sole member of what I hope will one day be an organization called the Stargazers, with a rather more benevolent approach to Asmanos worship. But yes, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you anything about any groups opposed to the Stellar Eminence, as much as any follower of Asmanos who is not one of them will decry their actions.
Yes, of course.
You've just jogged my memory. I'm sorry. Does Aradel mean anything to you as a name? The last 3 copies of your book were all taken out very within very quick succession of each other under very similar pseudonyms after not having been taken out for months, which is
That's right.
concerning. I think you'd agree.
All checked out from somebody calling the last flagon their resident.
It is disturbing news indeed that 3 copies of my book were checked out. Normally that would be cause for celebration, but I have no doubt that it is related to Asmanos and the Stellar Eminence and all that you have discovered. I'm afraid I don't
Is
know
there
the name.
any information in the book that they could have been trying to get? Like, what in your book would have given them...
You see him think for a moment, and he says, that it is possible that someone simply does not wish others to learn anything of Asmanos, to try and disguise their crimes. However, he says, I was a fool, and I believe I did provide a description of the layout of our premises below Valarian.
Where would the entrance to these premises be?
Well, they're long since abandoned, but...
I fear it may be prudent for us to investigate.
I think so. Because they might be abandoned, but you sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about it?
You sure about
Are you
that?
sure about that?
Shut
Professor?
Are-
He goes,
Oh, he's going to hate Rodney.
he goes, the premises were destroyed entirely, but I suppose the entrance lies outside the city's walls. We should go to the Order of Gorillion first. We must seek their advice
yes,
on this.
I think so. Right.
Come. He,
Is there any chance that the Order is compromised?
They have got an incredible reputation for it being an extremely effective group. I think that's the reputation that you would be aware of. Is it possible they're compromised? He could be. He could be compromised. You don't know.
They were compromised.
He could be leading you to your death for all you know.
It's not old wolf. What is he gonna do?
He picks up his walking stick and goes like unbolts the door and immediately like drops his posture down and sort of hobbles out into the kind of entrance, the reception room, and says, "I'm going out to feed her. I'll be back later." And like walks through and
Oh, are we leaving now? Oh.
I assume you're following him.
Yes. Yeah.
He
I'll just walk by. Sorry about the eating.
She just sort of like shrugs her shoulders and looks really miffed. She's like, she's drinking her third cup of tea.
Enjoy.
Where was our tea? I suppose the door was bolted.
Sorry.
Yeah, she couldn't get in.
Yes, she just drank all the tea.
Good for her, honestly.
She just gives Norman like the worst, the shittiest look, you know.
Sorry.
Let's skip ahead a
Can't be nice to
little.
a real file.
Tillus Trilline leads you through and takes you down through the gates. You can see Gorillion Hall on this map, by the way. It's just west of Allprez House, actually. Gorillion Hall is an extremely grand-looking. I know the type is a little small. An extremely grand-looking building with various levels to it, and towers and spires and all this kind of flags waving in the breeze and all this kind of stuff. And he leads you inside. The doors are open; they're not guarded. It's an incredibly beautiful room that he enters into, along with like pillars down each side. You can see above you there's like a balcony that kind of that goes round, and you can look down into the room that you're entering now. Various Tillus Trilline is keeping up the old Doddery man axe the whole time, by the way, in case it needs saying. And he sort of leads you inside. As you enter, he grabs a little stool that's just inside the entranceway and says, "Go forth. You my presence won't aid you." And he takes a seat on this little stool. As you enter the room, there's this amazing, beautiful big windows. Light comes pouring in. There's the thing that you see you can see up on the balcony. There's loads of statues, and there's a couple on the entranceway as you go in. And from the names, you know what? Everybody, give me another history check.
Okay, well.
Ingrid.
I'm very distracted right now.
Everybody
It's
else.
really pretty building. Ooh.
Yeah, well, I think to be fair, Jeb, for whatever reason, takes more of an interest in the statues and notes from the plaques that these statues appear to be of former members of the Order. They're former Knights of Gorillion. And at the far end is a little raised platform with a big stone chair. And in fact, maybe this is what caught your eye, Ingrid, because the stone chair at the far end is kind of inlaid with this gold pattern. And you immediately recognise the chair as being of being dwarven made. So, and sitting in there are a few elves kind of scattered around the sides of the room in conversation with one another. But as you enter, you see an elf stand up from the stone chair. He is dressed head to toe in these kind of like quite tight-fitting. They're red robes, but they kind of not billowy, you know. And he's got like they become a hood that is also pulled tight, and he's got like a circlet with a gem in it around his forehead. And this elf comes striding down the center of the room towards you, and spots Tillus Trilline and says, "Old fool! Why on earth do you bring a dwarf, a ratfolk, and a half-elf to Gorillion Hall?" He's speaking in Elvish, by the way, and then he turns to the. Tillus Trilline doesn't respond. He just kind of sits there stone-faced, and he turns to the three of you and turns specifically to Ingrid and says. It says, "Not many dwarves around Valarian in these days. What?
It's uncommon, presumably.
What? Yeah. This is in common.
Oh yeah.
It says, "What's?"
Second elf would be even worse.
It says, "What?
Ingrid.
What business have you at Gorillion Hall?"
Go ahead. We. I look at you two and I was like, I think Ingrid was just like, wow, that was so rude, and can only focus on the fact that like, damn, that was rude. And just looking at you two for help.
I like to think Ingrid's like, y'all don't deserve this chair.
Yeah, it's
rude.
my chair, made by my
Yeah.
people. She's just in a tyrant in her head.
Right.
Faced with this like few seconds of hesitation, he just like scoffs and goes, another incredibly intelligent export from Iron Glen. Exactly what I would come to expect. He turns to Lorb and says, "Can you do any better?"
We're here to give you very important news about the Stellar Eminence and a horrific threat to all of Pladine. And instead you're here stammering like a stupid fool about whether I'm a half-elf or whether she's a dwarf or he's a ratfolk. All of Pladine is in dire peril and you're here wondering about whether we're from Iron Glen or wherever. Does it matter? You're a knight.
I like this. He just holds your gaze for a few seconds and says, "Urgent news, then."
Yes? Would you
Well?
like to hear it?
That's why you're here, is it not?
Please. Caldwell Jebediah, if you don't mind.
Of course. So I've been thinking about just not to rewind, but I'm thinking about coming into that and the role that I got on this in a history check, and that Jeb would be very familiar with this group, right? Like based on the other role that the previous history role,
Right.
That I
Sure.
think that he is kind of geeking out a bit about this. Like I think that if this was a group that was known to him in the holler, and you know. Achak he idolized for being this like
Sure.
courageous, brave soul that like helped him specifically, but I think that from that would have come like almost like a hero's, you know, a bit of a geek in his own
So
way.
this is
about,
this moment of meeting
Yeah.
this guy is a bit of a bubble bursting for you. Like this is like a
Maybe a little bit,
don't
yeah.
meet your heroes kind of thing.
yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Sometimes your heroes are racist. It's a real rough world out there.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, so I think that I would be a little bit beside myself in this moment and be like, now see here now, you brave noble knight of Gorillion, proud bearer of your lineage of millennia and time immemorial, you're not exactly holding up your standard now, are you? Would these great souls, and I'll like gesture at the statues,
Maybe
would
you could
Egon
even
the
like
hammer?
maybe you even like rattle off a couple of names, you know, like ones that
Yeah,
that,
I was literally about to do that, yeah. So I'd say like, would Egon the Hammer, who smote battalions of bugbears, would Ingmar the King's Blade, who stood boldly by his side during the rebellions, would he treat us the way that you were treating us? I don't think that they would.
I just lean into
Unreal.
Ingrid. I've never
I
heard
think
a
you
single one of these
disgrace-
names before.
I think
I
you
don't know if
disgrace
I
your
have it.
mantle, sir.
But yeah.
unbelievable. Depending on how you want this to be
I
received
gotta write
by
those names down too. By the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. Depending on how you want this to be received, Jeb, either give me a persuasion or an intimidation.
I think I would be persuading because I think I'm hurt but I don't think I'm wanting to like fight. Just like
Okay.
how dare you? You know, like that's more of my.
You're trying to put him in his place, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to put him in his place. So yeah, so
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try to persuade. This may not go over well, but we're gonna try. Here we. Oh, here we go.
Sorry,
Nice.
just
Here
realized
we
my camera's
go.
gone again. I'm fixing it.
He kind of lets out a sigh and is like, very well. Welcome to Gorillion Hall. Now, I believe there was.
Well, thank you very much.
You can see his sort of like, he's not as, his posture relaxes a little. He's not as kind of puffing his chest out sort of thing. And he's sort of, you said you had urgent news.
Well, yeah, and I'm feeling like very like standing another foot taller than normal in this moment. Like, put the hat back on, be like, you know, like, well, thank you very much. Yes, we
Uh-huh.
did. do you have a superior that we could speak to, sir?
A superior? How dare you? Give me charisma. Give me charisma with disadvantage.
Okay.
Quit while you're ahead.
Having gained a foothold, I feel you may have undone that immediately.
Oh, beans. Okay. Well, shit.
Just had a big shot him, didn't you? Big time of the night.
Nah, fuck this guy.
Fuck
Damn it.
He just stares a hole through you and says, "You have entered our hall, seeking our aid, I assume. Now, news."
Yes, sir. All right. We have been directed here on a threat from the Stellar Eminence. They seem to be gathering with the intent of bombarding and attacking the cities of Playdeen. They've already struck in Oakenford. They said themselves in the House of High Prayers, or All Prayers House, excuse me, that it was merely the first in the line of attacks. There's no other Seven Knights. There's no other group as noble and courageous and brave as the House of Gorillion. And Professor Trilline out there said that we should come and seek your aid. And here we are.
The whiplash this guy's getting from you is unreal. Like
that all came out of like a. That all came out of like a huff. It was like a huh. Okay, cool. Fine. You know, like I'm off my high horse now. So
he nods. Yeah. He nods and just goes, "Very well. We'll handle it. You may go."
You have no follow-up questions.
Yeah, you don't reckon you need more information, or
you're not even interested if we have more information?
I'll just what am I doing? No, it doesn't matter. It's fine. I don't need a roll. He goes. "You're a dwarf and a rat folk in Valarian. If we have follow-up questions, we will find you. Don't leave the city for a few days." As he's talking, you become aware that behind the stone chair on the wall there's a door, and you become aware that the door has opened and somebody has come striding through it. You see a female elf with, I'm just going to come right out and say it, radiantly beautiful, long flowing blonde hair. She looks like a L'Oreal advert. She's dressed in like shades of blue and violet, and you can see that she has she's actually carrying her scabbard with a sword in it, and is kind of hurriedly tying it around her waist. And as this guy's giving out to you again about like, yeah, we'll find, don't call us, we'll call you, kind of thing. You hear her voice, Terran. And he kind of like whips his head round and is like, and doesn't answer. And she says, she says, "Terran, what are you doing?" "Well, they're here with some story about Stellar Eminence and what was it? The end of the world? Something." She just goes, "Terran, go and sit down, drink your wine. I'll call you if you're required." She turns and looks at the three of you and kind of just like studies each of you in turn.
Under
Everybody-
my breath, I'm gonna say, so he did have a superior.
Everybody give me a perception check. I'm not going to tell you what you're looking for. I'm just going to see... but it's got a DC of 20. But
Okay.
let's see if anyone gets it.
I
very
almost
high.
can't.
What are we rolling for? Sorry.
Perception.
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 You
No. No. Negative.
That's too bad. Never mind. She looks at you each in turn and says, I must apologise for the manner of my colleague. He's new and hasn't yet bathed himself in the ways of gallantry in the way that he ought to. He needs to spend more time attending to his studies. She says, I am Jen Taviel, First Knight of the Order of Gorillion. Welcome to Gorillion Hall. I beg you, please, tell me all you can. She asks you to tell her everything. In the interest of not making you go over the entire plot of this campaign, is there anything of significance that you would wish to leave out of the telling? Or are you going to be pretty much everything you know, or is there anything you would not want to tell her about, Asmanos and blah blah blah?
I feel like I don't want that other guy to know about any of this, even though we already told him. But like, I don't want him to know anything else.
Well, he's kind of
him
removed
out of
himself
here.
from the vicinity. You can still
He
see
doesn't
now.
allowed to know.
He's sitting in a chair drinking wine, but he's just staring intently back at you with a real angry looking face going on.
I'll do the same thing.
I think I would kind of keep the amulet to myself.
The amulet, okay.
Perhaps. Yeah.
Would we tell him about the tunnels?
About the what, sorry?
The
About
tunnels.
the tunnels.
The
I like the
tunnels.
train
I
stuff.
feel like we shouldn't.
No, until
Yeah, I
we know
don't-
more about them and maybe
Yeah.
give
So,
Tillus
is it-
a chance to
Is it
see
fair
them.
to say
Yeah.
that the version that eventually
Keep it
gets
back.
is that there was a meteorite attack on Oakenford? You know that as Manos is involved, you now know about the Stellar Eminence. You believe that the Stellar Eminence, A, are behind that attack on Oakenford, and B, are potentially planning others. Is that kind of
Yeah.
sort
Yes.
of the gist of it? Yeah, got it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds great.
And she listens carefully and intently, and is taking everything in. And at the end of this tale, she says, "Very good then." She says, "I commend each of you for your bravery and your competence and your wisdom in bringing this to us." Says, "You may be aware, and if you came here, perhaps you already are, that matters of grave import such as this are the remit of the Order of Gorillion. And for centuries, for millennia, we have kept at bay various forces of evil and destruction." She says, "I thank you, and we will ensure that this matter is attended to. If you have any further information, do of course let us know. We will begin making preparations immediately to try and root out and address this evil before it can do any further harm to Valarian, or indeed the wider country of Pleiadine, loathsome as it may have become." She says, "Is there anything else that you require from me?"
Is there any way for us to quickly and easily contact you if any other information arises?
She looks at her feet briefly and looks up at Jeb again. Yes, you can. Well, you can just usually find me here. I'm here most of the time.
Can I do a little inside check on?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little sizzle between these two. I'm feeling a little.
Did she blush a bit?
Ooh.
When Jeb asked where he could find her, did she blush
Well.
a bit?
That was a little blush.
She says,
Man Lorben
She
coming in.
she looks over at the guy who initially greeted you and says, "You could learn a thing or two, Terran. You know, these three have shown great gallantry and the sort that, on current evidence, you can only dream of." He doesn't answer. He just downs his goblet of wine and pours another one. She says, in any case, brave as you have been, and we could have done no better in your position. Brave as you have been, your part in this tale, I think, is coming really to an end, but Valarian and the whole country will thank you if we're able to resolve this. She says, she says, I hope we'll see you at Observance Day festivities and so on. Lorben, you feel in your back Rodney grabbing your spine and kind of like pinching.
There's a lot of meat between me and the spine.
Yeah, not like ripping it out of your back. But he you feel digging through the bag and your clothes and sort of gripping you in the spine.
I was just thinking, I have this really nice image of like Jeb like holding Jin's hand, like having this conversation. All of a sudden, Norman's just like, yeah. Yeah.
If you'll excuse me just a moment, where do you have? I'll be back. I'm just gonna head straight out the door and try and find a little nook to just get. It's just like. We'll pass the bathroom in these parts. Kind of thing.
He does that
in a corner.
from time to time.
Yeah, sure. So you do this, and Rodney pops up out of the bag.
What? What does that mean?
Rodney looks down at the floor.
Hang on.
Go on.
Yes. I pass him a stick and I can try and clear a little bit of debris away. So
Okay,
there's a
nice.
little bit of dust or something.
Yeah, he sees that the floor's got a thin layer of dust on it. He draws, and with the stick, he draws 3 heads, crude heads, and one of them you recognise must be Jeb because he draws like mouse ears on it, and a weird nose. One
of the heads shorter than the others.
And then he just draws a circle around the 3 of you, and then draws 3 elf heads, and then just crosses them out.
Okay. Rodney, I'm gonna need some relatively clear responses to this as best as you can manage. Okay? Are you asking me to kill the elves here? Thank heavens. Are you saying that we shouldn't involve the elves? these knights. Are you saying their interest is not aligned with ours?
Give me.
I dust up the floor a bit and I'm like, give me something, give me something.
He draws. He's like. Reaches back into the bag and inexplicably pulls out a beret and puts on a beret.
Oh.
And then considers his canvas and with the stick draws a quite impressive drawing.
Faintly in the distance, a man with an accordion starts playing.
He
Going
draws
Robin Williams mode on it.
and now a quite detailed picture with this stick in the dust that is essentially shows the three of you getting presented with the key to the city of Valarian, and the three elf heads, and one of them he draws long flowing hair on. He shows them off to the side, watching you three being given the key to the city of Valarian.
I see. You're saying we cannot just assume these people are going to do it for us. We are always.
He nods exasperately and kicks the dust away so his picture's destroyed.
Oh, the perspective work is lovely.
Takes off the beret and eats it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I bought that for you months ago, you little bastard man. Do you have any other guidance for me here? Little friend. You do? Okay, please. Yes.
He
dives
back. He dives back into the bag.
With a fart, he's just like, and then he goes.
Rodney, I fucking hate you. Close the bag up. Put it back on.
While all this has been going on, Jeb and Ingrid...
I'm slamming into posts on the way in through the doorway with the bag.
Jeb and Ingrid, you've been talking to Jen Taviel, and she's just been asking questions about like where you've been and stuff. Ingrid, you can't help but feel that most of the questions are primarily directed at Jeb. She seems to be asking Jeb a lot of questions, more than, and your sort of involvement is politely acknowledged. Right. But she does seem a little more interested in Jeb's account of everything.
I think Ingrid is noticing this and just kind of sitting back and being like, let this happen.
I think if I'm clocking this from the earlier insight check as well, I'm going to telepathically tell Jeb on the way and just like, my man, you could definitely ask her for dinner to discuss the details. I think you've... I don't know your preferences, but be my guest. Go on.
Yeah, I'm getting this telepathly, aren't I? Has this happened? No, this
While
has happened
someone
before.
is talking at you, which is probably really like... Whoa.
Because you're listening to this like telepathic message, you kind of miss the last thing she says. So you sort of tune back in and she's like, so what do you think?
I mean, I'm so sorry. It's been a big day, and I think I was somewhat distracted. Man, what was it? I apologize.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I was just saying.
Elbow, Ingrid.
That we'll that we'll put a plan together in the coming days, but we'll
No, of course. That sounds brilliant. That'll be tremendous. I know that this will be in good hands. Especially So now that I've gotten that message from Lorben, and
I've stolen all his mojo.
Yeah, because I feel like Jeb, this is the kind of thing that would go like right over his head until it's like, hey, she's into you.
Yeah. It's very rare that someone mentally tells you that while you're talking to the person.
Yeah,
It's normally like a
exactly.
3 days later, after the moment's come kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to give me a Jeb? Do you want to give me a Riz check?
Yeah. Yes. If there's ever been a time, it's now.
Give me a flat Riz roll.
Listen, I'm
say
here just like
entire-
every time he says something. I don't know. I'm trying to hype him up.
Give
by little
me
ways.
give me Riz with advantage.
Flat Riz roll, go. No, oh, with advantage. Thank
Yeah,
God.
do it.
Okay, because
I
being your wing woman.
Ingrid's been bigging you up.
One more.
I'm your wing woman.
Damn it!
Hey.
It's so bad.
Okay, Ingrid's not a good wing woman. Sorry.
No, I am. I'm Rizless.
Oh my
Okay,
lord.
we learned I wasn't either earlier.
What does
She
that
sort
look
of-
like? What does that low charisma check even mean for him?
I think
What is Jeb doing to
Just being very
that
awkward,
low?
I think.
she sort of listens every time you talk, but like you keep like tripping over your words and stuff, and she's like being very kind of gracious. And
Yeah, I
Um,
think so too.
she kind of like sort of gives a nervous smile. Sort of. Now, Lorben, you're reapproaching the gang, and you've been given some instructions that may affect the way this conversation goes. What are your thoughts?
I think my thoughts currently are that it entirely depends on one thing actually. Did we tell them about the location of the old Valencia hideout for these guys? Is that something that we included in our thing?
You tell
I don't
me,
think we
did
excluded it,
you
did
tell
we?
them about the old premises that Tillus?
Well, in hindsight, I'd like to have not, but at the time, I don't think it would have counted as a thing to not include.
You didn't specifically mention that you had or hadn't, but I'm quite happy if you wanted to have withheld that.
I think it probably would be good to get first dibs on exploring that place necessarily.
Okay.
So maybe that's something we could reveal later, but I think based on that, it doesn't do any harm currently to let them get involved as long as they don't become an obstacle to us, which I don't think currently they would. So I feel like based on Rodney's kind of like, these aren't the guys that are going to fix it. I don't need to do anything to tank it right now. I can let Jeb have his fun for a bit and then kind of break the news to the gang later of just like, yeah, no, it ain't it. I just hope that they'll trust in the words of an imp that lives in my bag.
Cool. All right. So you're holding on to that for the time being.
Mostly in action currently. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to ask them or anything like that?
I think that trying to salvage his really bad fumble, I think Jeb, like as I see Lorbit coming back and us kind of like our business concluding here and kind of going back out to Tillus, I think I'd be like, well, I guess what I mean to say is that we'll be in the city for a few days, and it'd be awful nice to see you again, to plan, of course. Mighty nice to meet your acquaintance, Miss Chin.
Yes, it would. Okay, yeah. Yes, to plan, of course. We'll reach
Perhaps
out.
over dinner.
Where?
After the festivities tomorrow.
Telepathically smooth as a rat.
Hey.
I'm
Not
like
famously
intercept
known to be
Lorbin.
smooth, but thank you.
As Lorbin's coming back to the group, I'm gonna like kind of intercept him so he doesn't get here and like interrupt this.
She
Yeah, okay.
she's like really stunned and she's like,
Okay.
dinner after the observance day festivities.
I think that'd be a nice way to conclude the day. If you agree, if you'd have me.
There's a there's a place that I've been wanting to go for a while, actually. Have you heard of Elven Madison Park?
I can't say that I have.
It's supposed to be pretty great. Tomorrow evening, yes. I could come by. Where did you say you were staying?
I'll come and get you and gather you here.
Oh, okay.
Smart man.
Great. I'll see you
I'm
tomorrow.
staying in
See you
a
tomorrow then.
Yeah, and I'll just take your hand. You have a nice night now.
Her hand's really clammy. she's like a little bit sweaty and sort of shaking a little bit.
He's got fur, so like maybe he doesn't notice that much.
Maybe not. No.
It was the perfect pairing.
She sort of and then sort of gathers herself and is like, thank you again. You've all done exceptionally well. Goodbye. And she turns on her heel and like walks off quite briskly towards the back of the room. Terran, the guy who initially greeted you, is sitting there staring daggers at Jeb. And a couple of other elves that he's sitting nearby him are like nudging him with like elbowing him and like ribbing him, and he just has a fucking face like thunder.
Yeah, I give him like a little hat, like a all right.
You know how in Avatar: The Last Airbender, was it Sokka that was just like water tribe as he like left the room? I'm doing that when we're leaving.
I got a number. How do you like those apples? Anyway,
I'm just gonna flip him off. I'm just gonna...
on the way out the door, Tillus Trilline stands up from his stool, and says, "Well," and he's got his old man voice on. And he goes, "Well, that went well," and looks up at Jeb and goes, "For in a couple of ways, from what I could see." He leads you out. Let's kind of move things along a little bit. Tillus Trilline tells
one
says,
thing I'd probably want.
Yeah, go ahead.
To... Oh no, actually, I would do it after we'd left his company, probably. So I'll carry on.
Tillus Trilline says he's going to do a little bit of digging into whether any of the old ways into the former premises of the Stellar Eminence are still accessible. But he says the main one is outside of the city's walls anyway. He suggests that he makes the suggestion that you enjoy your evening. He's tomorrow is Observance Day. He says he may well see you at the thing, though he says, of course you may not recognize me because of the masks. But he says if I see you, I shall be sure to say hello. And he kind of nudges Jeb again and says, "Sounds like you have evening plans anyway." Before he leaves, he turns to Ingrid. He turns to Ingrid and says, "By the way, your blade." And he points at the axe and says, "At your axe," and says, he kind of runs a finger over it and says, "Looks like it's seen better days. You could stop by the Knightsmith and see if he can help you with that."
Okay.
He says, "Well, I wish you a good evening. It has been a pleasant to meet you. And between us, and with the help of the Order of Gorillion, we stand a chance. Farewell. Off he goes.
Thank you, Professor.
The moment he's out of earshot, I'm gonna grab Jeb and Ingrid and go, they're not going to. They're not
What do you
going to help.
What do you mean? They're not going to help.
Well, my informants, and I'll kind of like slap the bag against a tree or whatever's nearby that I can just annoy Rodney with, has given me some information that they're not going to solve it for us, to put it that way. I think we could use them for assistance, but I think it's very much still our problem to solve at this stage.
That sounds right.
Honestly, I reckon you're right. I as much as it'd be nice to give this in the hands of somebody capable, I don't quite feel like letting go of it just yet. So I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, but I agree with Rodney on it.
He's by and large trustworthy, if the bane of my existence. But Jeb, I actually have a favor to ask of you.
What can I do for you, friend?
The one piece of information that I have about Ingon is that they are, if Gibbet is to be believed, and I asked it like 3 times, I'm fairly sure it was reliable information.
If he's right about anything.
Is that this thing, this Ingon, whatever it is in the realm of 2,893 years old.
Right.
And the only organization that I believe would have any real overlap with that time period is the Knights.
Yeah. No, I see what you're getting at. Yeah.
If there's any information that you could get from Jen, or any access you could get either yourself or me into their archives, I presume they have some kind of record, would be of great import. If that's something you could swing tomorrow while courting
I reckon I could.
the lady.
I reckon I could. If she gives me a moment. No, it's fine.
Oh. Oh, Jeff, that's terribly disappointing.
You ruined it.
I'm just kidding.
Jeb,
You saw how I rolled when I had to roll charisma now. You understand?
You're a cad.
We'll
Jeb.
talk later. We'll.
Oh my god, are we going to do an episode where Lorben and Ingrid are doing like date prep for Jeb? We'll do like an outfit shopping thing where he comes out of the change room and they're like,
Yes.
Montage.
It's either that or we're gonna pretty woman him.
We're gonna be there at the date with like newspapers. Just
yeah, nice, love it. With like Lorben doing telepathic messages like Cyrano de Bergerac with like.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what to say. Say this.
Do like the line by line play for him.
Oh,
He's just on
no.
a teleprompter.
So funny.
Too
Telepathic
bad.
teleprompter.
That night at
Lorben, I'd be happy to help any way I can.
and sorry, Ingrid, there was something else as well. When Tillus Trilline was telling you about the Knightsmith, he makes clear that this is Knight with an N, not a K. He says this is the Knightsmith, and he tells you that you can find him in Evercraft Key, which is very close to the Pennant where you're staying. That evening in the Pennant, it's quite a boisterous evening, and you sort of get the impression that the night before Observance Day is quite commonly this is the case. There's a bit of live music, a guy there on a lute, and you know, some festivities going on, and people are singing old war songs, and there's a lot of Amare Star going around and stuff. Barnard Barnyard, of course, is having the fucking time of his life because there's loads of elves in there. He greets you very warmly when you come in. Ah, Mr. Falmore!
Yes, that's it.
That's me.
There's always like a 1 second delay whenever someone greets me by a name. Yes, that's one.
He
Not quite as bad as Jippet, but you know.
Is there anything that the three of you would like to do on this evening? This is, of course, still the first night. You've had quite a day in Valarian. You arrived at the break of dawn, basically. Came into the city. Got a job and got fired from a job on the farm. Went to the university, the library. Checked into the pennant. I've been to within the Horizal Palace, to All Prayers House, to the Gorillion House, and you've reserved a book at the library. You have been accosted by the councillor up near the palace, and kind of vaguely threatened about the possibility of a future debt to be paid for stealing his son's horses. You must be fucking knackered. Are you staying out there with the festivities, or is it Betty Buys?
Is Barrion around?
He's not. He doesn't
appear
to be there this evening. No.
Nah, I got no reason then.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask about the Nightsmith and get more information on that, and maybe do that tomorrow.
Are they in like an after hours smith, or
That's
is it
what I'm
just
wondering. Like, do I have to go tonight, maybe?
Yeah. So you ask Barnard Barnyard about that, and he tells you, he actually he's called that because he only works at night.
What?
He says he may well be out there right now. It's a bit of a pain, to be honest. Hopefully it won't keep you awake. You can sometimes hear him hammering away at all hours, but he's a nice enough fella as it goes. He's an elf, so he's pretty great in my book.
Sure.
Anger, you reckon we could drop it off with him and pick it up in the morning, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I want to go check it out if you guys want to come.
I mean, I'm pretty tuckered out, but it sounds like it might come in handy, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty boisterous down here, so it may be a little bit before we could even quite get to sleep.
Nice. So you step out into the cool evening air. It's just got dark, and sure enough, from only about 3 doors away, you can hear the clanking of hammer on anvil, and
Sounds of home.
you walk over there and
I like that.
see outside in this kind of little yard. There's sure enough, there is an elf there that you presume. He has kind of like short black hair, and is wearing, workman-like gear as a smith would. He's working on a weapon as you come. He's working on a short sword. But he clocks you as you come in. He sort of looks up and sees you, and before you have the chance to say anything, you can see that he's looking over Ingrid's shoulder at the axe already. He walks over and goes, "Darling, this simply will not do." He says, "Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! What are we doing? What are we doing here? We're chopping wood with this. We're going to be. What are we doing? We're working at a butcher's shop. Please, come.
Wait, this myself. What the heck?
It's like pulling her by the axe.
Yeah. He's like dragging the handle.
You are secondary to the axe at this point.
That's right.
This is my baby.
Places his hands on Ingrid's shoulders and looks her straight in the eye and says, "You are a great warrior, darling. You are a great warrior." Of course, he's a bit taller, so he's looking down. He's like, "You're a great warrior, darling. This blade will not do for you. You cannot be seen walking around with a weapon like this in this condition. This is a beautiful blade. This is a beautiful blade, beautiful handle."
Thank you.
My darling, you haven't
I made it.
You haven't looked after it. You made this. It's wonderful. It's exquisite. You're a marvel, darling. But you cannot be walking around with it in this
Thank
condition.
you.
It is an insult to yourself, it's an insult to the blade, it's an insult to me.
It's been a while since I've been around Forge, so I am happy to be here.
Yes.
Can you help me fix it? I'm happy to work with you.
Help you fix it?
Please.
Darling, I cannot let you leave with it in this condition. However, I'm too busy, darling. I'm simply too busy. I'm up to my eyeballs in orders for ahead of Observance Day. Very busy time of year. I'm working through the night as I do every day. He says,
Do you need some help? I could offer you some help to get through these things easier, quicker.
Give me.
I have my own smith.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ready to work.
Give me. Do you
The only thing I
have
can do is make
Do you have,
Ingrid
like,
up there and just be like, yeah, surely some of these orders are quite simple and just time consuming that Ingrid could do. You could do the real
I
fun
have
stuff.
my smith's tools on me.
That's
if that was
what,
where you're going.
Yes, that was exactly where I was going. Do they
let's go.
come with what do they do? Like, can you do like a roll with blacksmith's tools? What do you
So you roll with a skill of whatever feels relevant at the time, and because she's proficient, she gets to add a proficiency bonus to it.
Yeah, my background. I have a crafter feat from my background too.
Okay, so
Would that be like performance?
Yeah.
Does that give you advantage, or does that just?
It gives me proficiency with smith's tools and some other
Okay, cool.
things. Discount on some items, fast crafting, and craft one piece of gear from a fast crafting table if I have the tools.
I mean, that should be a
that's
D20 plus your proficiency then, right?
yeah, what's
I think
what's
so,
the
maybe.
what's the proficiency?
Let me see.
Plus 2 at our level.
+2.
Yeah, it's just your proficiency bonus.
Just give me that with advantage. It's going to be a 15 to beat.
Ooh,
Okay.
it's me.
Yes.
All right. What?
He's an
Sorry.
artisan. He's not
Proficiency
going to
bonus?
give up
Proficiency
control that easily, I think is the thing.
Mm.
It's fair. I think Ingrid would understand that.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm just
also-
rolling plus my proficiency bonus, right?
Yeah, so yeah, get that +2 on there with advantage.
With advantage.
Oh, with advantage. Oh my God.
Roll it one more time. Make it better than that.
Better than that, please.
Much
my
better
God.
than that.
Better than that!
Yes!
So much better.
Nat 20, let's go.
Good God.
Did you just do a nat
Awesome.
1, a nat
So
1 and a
good.
nat 20 on an advantage roll?
Yeah.
Yes, sure did. Sure did.
Swings and roundabouts, man.
Good
Amazing.
Lord.
So cool. He steps back and looks astonished and impressed.
She's giving her best. Like, I'm a smith.
He's still like got his hands on your shoulders like this and smiles and just like mwah, mwah, like kisses you on each cheek. He's like, darling, the honor would be all mine. He says, come, we will make magic together, you and I. And when we're done making magic together, we will deal with our friend here, and touches your axe very gently and kind of almost like caresses it quite lovingly. He turns and says, and you and your two friends, they have blades for us to work our magic on as well.
I mean, I'm sure they do.
I don't tend to use it, but I have a dagger for emergencies.
Yeah, likewise. I don't
Give-
do
give-
much
come,
with it, but
come,
actually
give-
cut wood.
Come, give the daggers, give the daggers,
I'll hand
please.
it over.
He
Pull out
looks.
the rattiest dagger that Rodney's nibbled through. And...
Am I right in thinking that both of these daggers are pretty just like basic dagger?
Oh, this is like a boot knife that Jeb has had like basically his entire life. Yeah, like this is just something he's used to like cut wood when he's in the woods or whatever
Right.
with.
He takes both
Don't
of them
touch
each,
me based on
in
this,
one
please.
hand each. He looks at Lorben's dagger and goes, "Darling, this is useless. This is pointless. There's no point in carrying this. You're just adding weight to yourself for no reason." Throws it backwards over his shoulder. It goes straight into the forge. Like
Oh!
he,
I paid for
No
that.
look, just straight in.
he looks at Jeb's thing, which Jeb, the way you've described it there almost sounds like it's almost like a multi-tool. Like he's like he sort of looks
Yeah,
at yours and
it is a
goes,
bit, yeah.
and goes, "Darling, This used to be something, now it's nothing. I can tell that it has extreme sentimental value to you. I invite you to take it home, put it in a frame, put it on the wall, something like that, okay? I'm not going to throw it in the forge. I can tell this meant something to you once. Maybe it can again. He says, darlings...
I might have meant something.
It didn't, darling, it didn't. If it did, it wouldn't look that way. He goes,
I love them.
He goes, you'll get a new one, a better one. That's all. Looks at Ingrid and says, he looks at Lorben and Jeb, and obviously from the state of your knives, he knows that you're not smiths or anything like that. He goes, you two, the tavern, fill your tankards with ale. Have a wonderful evening. You, my darling, come. And like just takes Ingrid on by the face and like
Hi guys.
We'll see you later.
Good morning.
Have fun.
Do you ever wish you were a smith?
I do right now.
I wish I was a
That man was
smith
awful
right
nice to
now.
her one.
he closes the gate behind you. Goes,
That'd be
okay,
a nice
goodbye
evening.
then. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye then. Bye bye. And he shuts the gate and like turns the sign around that says wizards at work brackets not literally and
Got sparkles around it.
yeah
I love him.
amazing.
Already.
Is it? We'll come back to Ingrid in a second. Lorben and Jeb, is there anything that you particularly want to do in with your evening in the pennant or wherever?
I kind of like the idea of Jeb and Lorben just like going off to have a drink together.
Yeah, I
nice.
think so.
All right, let's skip forward. Let me ask you this: I think we have addressed this previously. When were you getting drunk before? There was a time, wasn't there, where we established that Lorben was a
I
pretty
think we were
lousy
on the
drinker.
train.
Oh,
We were on the
yes!
train and they had a little
Jeb,
bit.
it was only this morning.
That was strong stuff.
That's right. We've started and ended this day.
And Lorben, you faked it, right? Like you sort of like held the thing to your lips.
I believe so.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. No getting around it this time. You guys are on the piss. Let's skip forward. Let's say 4 or 5 drinks. What does the scene look like in the pennant after like 5 drinks between the two of you? What's going? Let's say you're. Well, you tell me. You're at a table. You're dancing. What's going on?
When I was a boy, whole town, it was your oyster. Now, there's no town. Yep.
You drink like my Aunt Mildred. I just take a stone.
She nice.
I say, but brother, you're fun. I put a hand on your shoulder and be like, this is a good old time right here.
I'm like barely conscious, so just like
Yeah.
half sobbing about Darius in a way that does not make sense.
Yeah,
Is your aunt
I don't
nice?
understand a word, but I'm just like, oh boy, I've seen this
There's
before.
no town. God.
Yeah.
The whole tavern suddenly begins singing a song. It's like an old war song.
Oh God, and it's Elvish.
It's in Elvish. Jeb, give me
I'm doing my best.
an
Yeah.
intelligence check with disadvantage. No, performance check.
Perfect.
Performance with disadvantage.
Performance with disadvantage. I love this. Absolutely.
And
Oh, it's grim.
okay, and Lorben, I would say if you were sober, you could have advantage because you would know. You probably do know the song. Because you're hammered, that would
being
give you
drunk cancel it.
give you disadvantage, so it cancels it out. Give me a flat performance roll, please.
Okay.
Oh, well, there you go.
15, nice. I think the
bad.
two
Still pretty good. Still
this
pretty
all
good.
probably makes kind of sense. I see this as the song. You know, people nearby you start sort of clapping near your faces, trying to get you to join in. Lorben, you make a pretty spirited effort. You haven't heard this song in like 20 years, but you still remember like certainly how the chorus goes, some of the words in the verses, and you make a pretty decent
do a little
effort.
bit of the call and responsey bits.
Yeah, making a pretty good fist of it. Jeb, you don't speak Elvish. You've never heard this tune before in your life, but by the third time you hear the chorus, you kind of got the tune down and some of the sounds. And so you do your best.
It's all phonetic. It means nothing. Yeah.
You do your best, and a couple of the elves sort of see you joining in and are like, "Hey!" And this tune goes on into the night.
Love it.
Great.
It's like that Italian song where the guy's just singing words that sound like they should make sense. But they don't. That's exactly what's happening right now. Yeah. Just jigging my ass off. Yeah.
Barriard does come into the tavern at some point, comes into the pennant, and he clocks you straight away and comes over to Lorben, and he says he's already kind of half cut. He's probably been to the Last Flagon or the King's Mace, and already, and he kind of stags in and he comes straight up to you and he's like, I hope you don't mind. I did tell my cousin that you were here, but don't worry. He said they don't have room on the lineup anyway. They've got a full schedule, so don't have to.
Oh, why?
That's a crying shame, man.
Hey, well, maybe if they kick one of the others off, I could talk instead.
No, maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Darius. No one knows about Darius.
I told him no one knows about Darius. He said they're full. Anyway.
I know about Darius. I know all about Darius.
Darius.
And he goes, he throws an arm around you and he just goes, holds up a beer to the tavern and just goes, to Darius!
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 Full pint of beer goes on the elf next to me.
And everyone you see just like raises a tank. Let's cut back to the Knightsmith.
I have a very appropriate glass on my desk right now.
Nice.
Perfect.
Ingrid, he's slowed down enough that you've learned his name is Penlador, Penlador, and he talks all about how he's told you all about how he prefers smithing at night because he likes working in the light of the moon. It's quieter and more peaceful, and he gets this is kind of his artistic bent, he
like it less talk.
he works with you for how much of your time are you willing to give? Let's say it's like 9 p.m. when you start. This guy works through the night, mind you. I
feel like Ingrid would probably keep working with him until she wouldn't even notice the time.
Okay, amazing.
She's just gonna keep
We're
working.
going to be looking up exhaustion rules, aren't we?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be exhausted for sure.
3 of you are going to be fucking a right old bloody state.
Why?
It's a party mode. Nothing bad could possibly happen.
He loves working with you. But actually, by about 2 a.m., you've actually made it through all of the jobs that he had on. He is absolutely loving working with you. You can tell he's having the time of his life. He's just talking to you the whole time about metalworking techniques and how to make blades look more beautiful and folded steel and all this kind of stuff. Asks lots of questions about Iron Glen and the forging processes and all this kind of stuff. So at the end, at about 2 a.m. you come to the end of the jobs outstanding, and he says, he looks. You rested your axe up against the wall nearby, and he says, "Finally, we come to you, my beauty." He says, "The technique I was telling you about, I show you now." He says, "When we're done, this thing will be able to peel the skin off an apple." You watch and learn as this master craftsman works on your blade, and you see him really carefully doing whatever it is he's doing, using a grinder or whatever it is to
Whatever blacksmiths do.
Whatever blacksmiths fucking do, I don't know. I don't have to become an
Whatever a
expert.
weaponsmith does.
I don't have to become an expert in fucking smithing to
Fancy
play this game.
blacksmithing.
You mean to tell me that you have not studied blacksmithing to its
All I had to do is
extent
fucking
to
homework.
introduce this character?
You would not believe the amount of Wikipedia pages I have read in pursuit of D&D, like siege weaponry and fucking stuff like that. You know, like.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
I believe it. Yeah.
That
Anyway.
fear of using a terminal, it hits you deep.
yeah, you're like, I can't. How the hell can I like plan a military encounter if I don't know anything about military? Anyway, the
Why would the trebuchets be up the front? It wouldn't make sense.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It would be part of the vanguard.
The wee hours of the night draw on, and when he's finished, about 90 minutes later, that sounds like a plausible amount of time to do this job. He's like, the whole time that he's been doing this, by the way, he lets you watch initially, and then after a certain point, he's like, I must insist, darling, you must turn around, you must not see. Then you sense that he's come to the end, and you hear him sort of stand the axe up in the ground, and you hear the handle kind of connect with the stone yard. He says, "All right, my darling, you may turn around now."
Okay.
And you turn. Your axe looks the same, except the blade is like shimmering sharp. You get like a ping as like the moonlight catches it. Ingrid, make a note of this. Your axe now has an additional +1 to your attack rolls.
Yay.
He says, "I cannot thank you enough, my darling. It would be good to be slightly well rested for Observance Day. I will see you at the festivities, yes?"
Absolutely.
Of course, wonderful. He says, "Just one more thing before you go." He goes to a kind of nearby cabinet and opens it, and you can see that on the inside of the door of this cabinet, there's a bunch of smaller weapons, kind of all like attached to the inside of this door, and he kind of and withdraws 2 daggers that are beautifully made. He says,
Much better.
you hand these to your friends now. They seem like lovely boys. And Lorben and Jeb, FYI, on the assumption that Ingrid is going to hand them over to you. These daggers, I know you don't. I know you don't
Actually,
use
they're
them.
mine
I know you don't use them terribly often, but these also have a +1 to them.
All right, nice.
So just
Lovely.
worth noting. So you all have a +1 weapon.
I will not give them to them while they're drunk.
Okay, that makes sense.
That could be about it.
Why?
The
You know,
Cut to
present in the morning.
Lorben and Jeb doing the like knife hand
knife
game,
game.
but just
Oh, no.
stabbing themselves over and over again. Yeah.
Me and Penlador crying in the background. That's not what they're used for.
No.
how did the
Punching
night?
them again.
How did the night end for Jeb and Lorben?
In a pile asleep on a table.
Yeah, I feel like Lorben's at that point where, like, unless someone forces you, you're in the party now. Like, the party is going as long as you're in it, kind of thing. Like, you're just there.
Brilliant. At a certain point, Barnard calls time and kind of insists. And I suspect this is probably around the time that Ingrid is actually returning to the pennant. So perhaps Ingrid kind of helps guide you both to your room.
I will.
And
Got a bounce in my step. Come on.
Thank you.
I'm just like carrying them all.
Now-
Jeb puts it on my shoulders.
I love it. That's so wholesome. I love it. That's too much.
I don't know what impact
Bouncing around.
this actually has, because am I right in thinking is everyone's at full HP and everything now, right?
I was down by one
Yeah.
hit point, and I don't know why, but
Oh, yeah, you were, weren't you? What was that?
we
You
Yeah,
just got
'cause
that
we
back
were
after a short rest, let alone a long one.
No, that was early.
was that when we were trying? Yeah, that's not when we were trying to figure out what the scarf did. We already
No.
No.
Anyway, we'll just,
Although that was
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of fun.
all I was going to say was I don't think you get a long rest because I think you're going to bed quite late and we'll be up too early for this to. So I would say that you're short rested. So if that has any impact on you, then that's the case.
That's me.
The
could take a
Well,
hit
slots
die
come
of-
back.
you
to
all
keep my full HP, but not here.
get what rest you can and are awoken at around 8:30 a.m. by Barnard Barnyard pounding on the door. Mr. Falmore! Mr. Falmore!
hey.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yes.
Well, if
Mr.
anyone sees you,
Falmore.
go away.
Is there...
I'll groggily go and answer the door.
Oh, Mr. Falmore, I thought you'd get one of
Yes.
your attendants to answer the door. I'm sorry to wake you. It's just that you...
No attendance for you. You're too important.
All right.
I'm like half asleep.
He goes,
Even in your half asleep stupor.
he's like, I'm sorry to wake you. The only reason you expressed that you wanted to attend the festivities at the War Memorial. Well, they'll be commencing in a short while, so you'll want to be heading up there quite soon, I would have thought. You've each got a mask, haven't you? You need to be wearing the mask.
Do you have any more?
Sleepily goes, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I think we took some, but
You
just in
actually
case.
you did take one each anyway, but he's also carrying 3 just in case.
Thought it might be.
He's like, of course I
take all 3.
I brought some. He says, well, I shan't be up there myself. I've got to watch the pennant, but it's a worthwhile occasion, and there'll be more music and so on down here later this evening. So hopefully we'll see you then.
I'll give him one for you, Barnard.
All right, then. Give him one for me. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Try and be a bit more solemn up there, though. It's quite serious up there.
Okay.
We have good fun later on, but the daytime quite.
Do you have any water?
Water? Yeah, of
Or
course.
something greasy?
He reaches into his pocket and pulls out water and pours it into your hands.
I got Lord.
Thank you.
Falmore. I got you.
Yep.
I'll just
Falmore.
hold up a bottle I have that just has clean water in it.
Oh shit! That's Tormis by accident.
No.
Cool. He leads you to it, and off he goes. You can actually. Is there anything you want to do before you set off?
I think it's stretch, shake it off, try and
Throw on some
me
clothes.
closer to sober, and then
Yeah.
get moving, I suppose.
Nice. You can see, as soon as you can see kind of windows outside, you can already see droves of elves heading up, and they're all in. Every single one of them is wearing their mask already. They've all got those on already. And most people are dressed in quite sort of plain clothing. You don't see like any kind of lavish robes or anything like that. It's all quite modest, which you sort of assume is a kind of mark of respect, I guess. You head on out and start moving up the hill. The droves of people lead you towards the Walk of Tears, which is a kind of large monument in the green areas just northeast of Allpress House. This kind of forms a large kind of park sort of area. The Walk of Tears is a bunch of monuments, and they're kind of pillars spaced a little way apart from each other, a few feet apart from each other, and in front of each one is a spectral projection of a veteran who died in battle, and you see elves are walking up to these monuments, and you see that these the spectral figures will change. As you kind of get closer, you can overhear them actually asking to see specific names of presumably family members, parents, whatever, that were lost in various wars, but particularly the Crimson War, of course. And when they have sort of the projection of their loved one, they then will bow their heads or say a prayer or whatever it is. And it's quite busy, it's very, very busy, in fact. There are kind of lines to get to these monuments. And then after a short period, as you get up there, there's sort of the clear sound of a small silver horn from further on down, where you can see a kind of stage area has been constructed. And once that sounds, you see that everybody at these monuments turns and walks forwards towards it. It's a big crowd. And you kind of, I guess, are just sort of swept along in it. It's one of those situations you don't have a great deal of choice about, which direction you move in. You find yourself sort of in the middle of the huddle, as it were. And then all around you, you see that everybody, without any kind of indication that you should do so, everyone kneels. I assume the three of you are
as well
gallant enough that you would follow suit in this regard. So you find yourself kneeling and surrounded on all sides by elves. And there's still people are still kind of chatting to each other and talking about whatever, and and then it kind of you feel that sort of hush come across the crowd. Up on the stage, a herald wearing a mask sort of steps forward and cries out, presenting now Duke Levnor of Tassalus. And he stands back, and there's no applause or anything like that. It's just completely hushed silence. This very what's the word I'm after? A tall, broad-shouldered elf, with a dark grey beard. If he was a human, you would pitch him at the age of sort of mid-50s. So he's kind of the equivalent of that in elven terms. And a very proud-looking individual. Everybody give me a history check. Once again, Lorben with advantage.
Lots of these.
15, 11.
Nice
Are we
rolls.
exhausted at all?
Yeah,
No, you're all right. Okay. No level of exhaustion. You might be feeling a bit worse for wear, but no exhaustion.
Good.
Yeah, because I would just be disadvantaged on all ability checks.
But good to check.
For the first level of 6.
Just wanted to make sure.
Unless you want to have exhaustion. Do you want to have exhaustion?
I don't know.
No, thank you.
Fine.
No.
My feeling is Ingrid.
Radically,
I think Ingrid would have avoided it anyway. It's really more Lorben and Jeb I'm kind of wondering about, but we'll leave them be. They've been through enough.
Excited. She's been jazzed, so.
Yeah,
I feel like hungover maybe is its own thing next to exhaustion.
Is it fair to say, Ingrid, that by this point you may have distributed their nice shiny daggers, or are you still waiting for a better time? Okay, so you've got your daggers. You've got your new improved axe. Amazing. So Duke Levnor of Tassalus, I think Lorben and Jeb, you certainly have heard of. Apart from anything else, you recall that the councillor that you crossed paths with mentioned that he worked for Duke Levnor.
Yes.
But besides that, I think you know that Duke Levnor has for many years been was the most senior, kind of essentially ruling elf in Valarian. These days, of course, the Elven King lives in Valarian, which he did not do before the war. So he is now kind of has a line manager, which he did not before. And but Duke Levnor is still a very well known and important person in Valarian for sure. Duke Levnor is wearing a mask. He steps forward wearing and again is dressed fairly modestly, but it's like the nice end of modest, you know. Still got to know he's a big shot, you know. He takes to the front of the stage. And lifts his mask to speak. You get the impression that only someone on stage speaking should do this. He addresses the elves in attendance. Thank you all for attending this, the 24th Observance Day, in which we mark the most solemn and tragic period in recent elven history, and give thanks to those who valiantly fought, whose tombs are not marked, and whose bodies have become the earth in our former homes far from here. His Majesty, our beloved King, regrets that he is once again unable to attend this, our most important and sacred event of remembrance. And you just sense the slightest murmur in the crowd at that. He yet asks me in his stead to stand with you as we mourn together for our fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, our sons, our daughters, and our friends, who fought our enemies against insurmountable odds and in doing so gave others their lives in freedom from tyranny. Despite our great physical and emotional loss, we stand unbowed. Amare Star, and the whole crowd from their kneeling position, Amare Star. He says, we pay tribute also to our friends in Playdeen who stood by our sides against the rising tide of evil, the gnomes of Alabaster, the dwarves of Ironglen, and those of all other races, wherever they made their homes. By the sunlight of Telios, the wind of Havanos, the water of Virelos, and the guidance and protection of all the gods, we give thanks. Amare Star. The whole crowd once again, Amare Star. And then he pauses and looks down and goes, Observance Day and the days surrounding it are always filled with a variety of feelings, loss, regret, anger. This year, however, I beg you to allow a little room for hope. Because this year, my friends, something wonderful has taken place. One of our sons, long thought lost, has returned to us beyond our wildest dreams. You all know our neighbour city of Darius was overwhelmed and utterly destroyed, and long was it said that not a single elf survived. But it is my great pleasure to tell you, I am assured a survivor does exist, and is among you this very day. If our hero is willing to tell of his daring escape and survival, the crowd is like a little bit chirping. Crowd like looking at each other and talk. If our hero is willing to tell of his daring escape and his survival, let him come to the stage now and give hope to us all that what was taken from us is not lost forever, as long as we have faith in each other. The crowd, now sensing that the Duke has finished speaking, kind of just looking back and forth amongst each other, kind of chattering, like, where's Darius? What is possible?
Fuck.
Lorvan, what is going through your mind? What do you do?
I think he has to. I think it's the mistake is made at this point. I think it's worse to not speak than to speak. That's how he feels in the moment, I think. Of kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, I tell a lot of lies. I'm gonna have to come up with another one because the daring escape is not, and the reality is not something you tell the city of Valaria. So,
Lorben, you resign yourself that, okay, it's your time.
up I stand.
As you go to stand, about 8 rows in front of you,
I fucking knew it.
you
I have a
see
feeling.
another figure stand. And all eyes look up at this masked figure. And what do you do now? Do you still get up, or do you sit the fuck back down?
How far away from me are they?
They're like a good sort of they're good, like quite far, like maybe like 50-60 feet away.
Let me double check the range of a spell. Okay. Can't do that. I am going to stretch my leg a little bit.
Style it out.
Leg, kneel back down, do
Style
the
it
old
out,
little
yeah,
like.
yeah.
I wasn't standing up.
That knee must get that scene too. This figure rises, and people around them are looking up from their kneeling positions at this figure as they step through the bodies and make their way to the side of the crowd. They walk to the front. The herald takes their hand and guides them up onto the stage. And they walk and stand next to the Duke, who puts a hand on their shoulder and kind of gestures to speak to the crowd. They turn and look out. You see them visibly sigh, their shoulders kind of lift and drop. They lift up their mask. My name is Silturin, and this is my story. And that, for today and for 2025,
Oh, my days.
Oh shit.
is where we'll leave it.
Yeah.